by 40, we're going to take off early. Nick Saban used to yell at Alabama fans, hey, why aren't you here in the fourth quarter when we play Eastern, Troy State or whatever? And it's like, well, because you're up by 50 and it's hot out and people left in the fourth quarter. It's okay. It happens. Anyway, the tradition is evolving at Ohio State. They have said they have some new tradition-evolved initiatives. One of them is everybody at the Texas game is going to get the towel. You're going to get a towel to wave because they said, well, we heard fans wanted something to take away from the games. Mm-hmm. So we're going to give you a towel. 100,000 towels. Okay. All right. I mean, I feel like you're ripping off the Steelers there a bit, but sure, you can give out a towel.
Hey, you got to try something.
All right, that's fine. Now, me, the curmudgeon, says I don't need a towel to get excited about a game. But
if you're into it, you'll wave the towel.
Well, no, I won't. I'll put it in my pocket. I don't care. Like I just,
you're not
I'm
into
a curmudgeon.
Yeah,
I say
you're
it.
One
I
of
am
those
a curmudgeon.
fans that's just there. You're not there for the atmosphere.
No.
That's what you're saying.
I'm going to yell. I'm going to make noise.
All right, well, just wave the towel while you yell.
Fine. I'll wave the towel for 30 seconds when they say to do it. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to be like, that doesn't change if there's no towel, I'm still having a great time. Right?
Okay.
All right, next up.
I mean, yes, I agree. Yes.
This one I think is kind of interesting. The victory bell is going to be rung before the game because they want to hype up the crowd. They want to build a moment there. So they're going to have Archie come out and ring the victory bell before the Texas game. And they will do this for bigger games, I'm guessing. They'll have former Buckeyes, people who have earned their Buckeye leaves is what I think they said, ring the victory bell before the game. And again, curmudgeon alert. This is where I said, that seems like a break in tradition that has no real benefit because the victory bell is called the victory bell because members of a frat, after I believe Ohio State beat Cal in like the 50s, ran over to that bell tower and started ringing that bell kind of like spontaneously. They just did it to celebrate because they were happy they won. And then that became a tradition that you do after you win the game. I don't know. It seems weird to ring the victory bell before you secure the victory. That's just odd to me.
I think I understand your concern. However, now that I'm 30, I'm over 30 now. So like I'm willing to listen. My stubbornness is gone. So like I'm willing to listen and try things. I'd have to see it first.
Well, I want to be clear.
That's what it like when you hear it, it sounds like, why would you do that? But it might actually be like kind of cool before the game.
It might be.
I think they're trying to do the equivalent of like in the NFL, like the Minnesota Vikings, like they have the skull thing, or like the Colts, like they have like whatever, someone comes in and hits a gong, or I don't know if that's what it is or whatever it is, but like, hey, here's this celebrity person that's going to do this action to signify the start of the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I think part of that is why I have a problem with it is because I don't feel like Ohio State needs to imitate anybody. Ohio State should be their own thing, and everybody should imitate Ohio State is how I've always viewed it. But that's just, again, me being a curmudgeon, not evolving, whatever.
But it is a way. One thing that I do know is that this Ohio State, particularly when it comes to the football team, I know that they've been wanting to get more of the alumni to be involved and come back around. Maybe this is their opportunity to get a former Buckeye great to keep coming back to the program because for whatever reason, it's like people kind of left and like never really came back. Like especially the people like before the Ryan Day era, like a lot of those guys don't go back to a lot of the stuff.
And we should correct that. Yes,
I think this is a way for them to get those guys to try to come back to the university.
Totally fair. One of the things I noticed, though, because, again, me being a curmudgeon, I'm reading this thing with like a fine-tooth comb. I saw that they said, moving forward, this is a quote from the release. Moving forward, the bell's iconic chime will serve as the official sound of third down inside the shoe.
What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean by
third down? That's what right. Like you said, I need to see this and hear this. But how I read that is we're not playing Hell's Bells anymore. We're going to replace that with our own bell. We have a victory bell, and that's going to be the sound you get on third down. Okay. I know that's, again, people will say, it's a minor change. It's a bell.
No.
You're messing with the tradition there. Like, you can say you're evolving it, But people like that. And that's I don't think that was a problem, is what I'm saying. Making these changes, if that is one of the changes, I will gladly amend this. If Ohio State, if you're listening and I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. Text Tyvis. Y'all have his number. Text him.
Hold on now. That is you getting rid of Hell's Bells. Like
I don't.
Hold on.
Dylan, am I reading that weird? What that says to me
that ain't what you talking about.
I'm just reading from the press release.
I'm uncertain. I'm hoping that we're misunderstanding everyone.
It better be.
But like,
hype that.
So like,
boom.
Yeah. But what are we like? When you just said that, the thought that came into my head is like, are we getting the beginning of Carmen, Ohio on third down? The boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Like,
no,
is that
we're
what
not getting? We're not getting chimes, right? I hope we're not getting that. No, I think they're talking about. There's just going to be a gong bell sound.
So it's going to just sound like the victory bell versus like the AC/DC Hell's Bells. I want to point something out at this juncture because we're literally talking about the sound a bell makes and getting freaked out about it. I acknowledge it's a good time to acknowledge around the world people are starving. I get it. Like, that's bad. There are many other problems to worry about than this. What I don't like is when people will bring that stuff up and go, "Oh, why do you care? There's bigger problems to get worked up about than that." Yeah, you're right. But also, you've asked me to pay hundreds of dollars to go to these games. You've asked me to buy all this merchandise. I got to go get Peacock now to watch a stupid game sometimes. You're going to have to, if you want the passion of fans, you're going to have to acknowledge that sometimes fans get attached to certain things. And when you take those things away, fans are going to have opinions on it. We all acknowledge there's bigger fish to fry in the world, right? We do know that. But since this is what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about. We're engaging in this discussion because Ohio State decided to have it. They could have just left this stuff alone. They chose not to. Fans are going to have opinions about it. I'm a fan. You're a fan. We're going to have opinions. Now we know that. We can move forward. I'm just saying, like, if you are changing Hell's Bells, they didn't really broadcast that because I think they know why. If that's what they're doing, then that would go poorly for them. People will not like that.
You know what I hate is that I won't know the answer to the question until the game, and I won't be at the game, man. So somebody got to tell me on third down what sound did they make, because they got me fired up. I'm not gonna lie, I feel some type of way about that one. Like, the other ones, I can justify. That one right there, you give me the purge noise or something. Like, give me that on third down. Like, it has to. As a defense, you have to get me fired up to get off the field on third down. And that Hell's Bells was it. Like,
we're not anti-change. What we're asking is, if you're going to change, make it something better.
Give me the purge noise.
Yeah, and then my brain starts working and say, well, did it just cost too much to license Hell's Bells? Like, I mean, Ohio State's trying to maximize revenue. Like, is that part of this? I don't know. I want to be clear. This press release is unclear. If that's what it's saying, you're getting rid of Hell's Bells, I think people will be mad about that.
I don't think they understand, like, how important it is to be fired up for third down. And I think that stuff really helps, like, shoots through an athlete's body. Like, it's third down. Like, we got to get off the field. Like,
all right. All right. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, I'll have some audio, 2 minutes. Ross Bjork talked about some of this. We'll get some of what he had to say about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Enough already.
We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids.
Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. So today in Clip That, here's the audio I want to play for you. This is Ross Bjork, okay? Ross Bjork, your AD for Ohio State, talking about the victory bell and why they want to use the victory bell more. As we were talking about last segment, in the press release, it sounds like they're going to use the victory bell on third downs, which to me sounds like maybe they're getting rid of Hell's Bells. I'm not sure. Here's what Ross Bjork said. Maybe he'll add some clarification.
We looked at how do we take all of our assets that we have that everybody gravitates towards, but then amp them up to another level. Again, the Buckeye leaf, right? Having our fans say, hey, I can earn a Buckeye leaf for the entire stadium because we caused a false start. How do we take the victory bell, right? And the reason why they put the bell in is so people knew if Ohio State won. Okay, well, that's a signal for excellence. We want excellence to be a standard. So let's have that be the signifying moment of when the team is walking on the field for victory, for energy, for effort. So I think it's a cool way. And then if you can have somebody that pulls the rope, like Archie, obviously, clearly with his second Heisman Trophy, 50th anniversary of his second Heisman Trophy. No one else has that. Have him be the first. When I called him and asked him, he was so fired up. There's a video. I think the video's out as well with Archie, pulling the rope on the. So just thought, it's an asset that's not utilized, but only, 7-8 times a year. How do we use it as a ramp up, to really signal a rallying cry?
All right. Okay. So we're using I didn't get any answers on what they said. It's on third down, right? The victory bell noise is going to be on third down. They're going to ring it before the game in the stadium. I'm sure the noise they're going to play for third down is just going to be recorded. But all right, there's no answer on that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that doesn't mean they're getting rid of the victory bell or the Hell's Bells on third down. But if they are, Tyvis, you're saying you would not be a fan of that. You would join me in curmudgeon land on that one.
I got to hear it first.
I'm willing to say that too. I'm with you on that. I have not experienced this. I would be glad to go out there and experience it.
Ding, 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 ding on third down.
No, it's going to be a gong, big, but it's going to be the sound of our actual bell, not the beginning of a iconic song that everyone kind of loves for a variety of reasons, not just that reason. Okay, so you have that going on. The other thing that I find to be, at least, I don't know, for me, this is a little bit interesting is Hang On Sloopy. That's a song people like. People gravitate towards that.
That was.
When do they typically play that, Tyvis?
At the start of the fourth quarter.
Right. In between the third and fourth quarter, they play that. My wife, who was in J-Row Gyro, technically, I think is what they call it, J and Iro. She's a band member. She played the drums.
Mm-hmm.
She was there during the 02 National Championship game because we're old. When I told her that they are thinking about letting the band play that whenever they feel like the mood is right. The idea here is the band will play that song if you need it on third down or sometime. Maybe there's a big touchdown scored in the middle of the third quarter. Play it there. You don't have to just wait and play, which I didn't know they didn't ever play it other than at between the third and fourth quarter. But, I mean, I would think you could play as much as you want because it's Hang on Sloopy and we love it. But definitely play it in between the third and fourth quarter. Now they say, well, their band's not going to be locked in on that. They can play it anytime they want.
But they still going to play it at the start of the fourth quarter, right?
Not necessarily. Maybe we don't need to. Maybe because it's already like a 40-0 game, and who needs that, right? You don't need that during that game. So maybe play it earlier because that's when people are there. I don't know.
I think that at this point, if they were going to move Hang On Sloopy, then they should be trying to find something that's like iconic, like Jump Around or like I Was Wave. Like it has to be something like that. Like,
yeah.
That's if you're going to replace Hang On Sloopy, which I love Hang On Sloopy. It was my during training camp. I was told you that the stories of I would make Coach Meyer play that to get people going, and they would hate me for doing it, but it was so funny. It was a great thing that I just love the song. If you're going to move that, like I said, I'm hoping, because all of this is supposed to be to enhance game day. I hope that you've come up with a new fourth quarter tradition that people will lean into and we can make it like one of the best things in the country. So if that's what you're telling me that's for, okay, cool. But if you're not doing anything at the start of the fourth quarter,
what are you going to do? Right. Again, I don't know.
What makes us different? Makes us different?
I guarantee you they will put something there in the fourth quarter. But here, you just said what makes us different. What makes us, that's what I care about, right? Is I like the traditions at Ohio State, the ones that we've had that no one else has, right? Because that's what, and the Victory Bell is one that we have. I don't know that other schools have that. But again, that's rung after the game. To me, it feels like, well, why don't we just put the Buckeye leaves on the helmets before the season because it looks cool. We like how the helmets look in November. Why not do that in September? The answer is you have to earn a Buckeye leaf, right? You don't just get one. It's varied by player, depending on how much you play, how good you are. That's what a Victory Bell is to me, is when you win the game, then that's why it's special. It only rings 7 or 8 times a year, whatever. That's what it should be. You should ring it after away games. Do that if you want to. I would hope you could do that, but I don't know that we need it for 20 times a day at every Ohio. I don't know, man. That just feels weird. But here's a new tradition they're working on. You're talking about music, right? We've talked about Hell's Bells possibly going away. We talked about they're going to move Hang On Sloopy from between the third and fourth quarter. They're adding a new song. This band, Camp. You ever heard of Camp?
No.
Spelled with 2 A's. CAAMP. Camp.
You know them?
I know of them, yeah.
Okay.
They're from Columbus.
Okay.
I think some of them went to Ohio State.
Okay, go Bucks.
They're like a folk band. Folk, indie, kind of Americana. I don't know the right term.
So that's not your style because you like that dark stuff.
No, you know what? I do, Tyvis. I do like myself some death metal grindcore, just like the next person. Okay. However, I also listen to other things. I listen to bands like Lord Huron, which falls into a similar category, I would say. Okay.
I 21 Pilots a band.
They are a band.
Okay.
But they're not a folk band.
Okay.
However, it's interesting you bring them up because here's the song that they're saying this is going to be a tradition song. They're going to play this at every game. They want the fans to sing along to it. A lot of schools down south, they have these. They've adopted songs. Ohio State wants to imitate that and follow what the SEC's doing. So we're going to come up with our own song, and this is the song they've picked. You tell me if this fires you up, Tyvis.
Football and tall trees, gotta never end. Summer loving, Ohio, treat me well, Ohio, treat me well.
All right, that sounds like country music with laryngitis to me, but whatever. So I don't know, Tyvis. Does that feel like, yeah, let's go, tear him up, here we go, fire up the crowd, yeah? I don't think.
Wasn't it a time when we was listening to Journey? We was playing Journey. Don't Stop Believing.
But that has a big anthem sound, right? Where it just everyone knows the words. Everyone's heard of that song. It's very popular. And it's easy to sing along to.
What you say the name of this song?
Ohio by Camp.
Okay.
Journey also only fires up one group of people. I'll just say that.
Oh?
Yes.
What's that group?
I don't know who that group is.
A specific race of people. It's like their official anthem song.
Does it share the initials with YouTube YT people? Is that who we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask this.
You are hilarious.
That and Mr. Brightside. Those are their official jams. Okay. Don't you know, Tyvis?
I don't know.
I thought it was
that
Sweet Caroline.
That's like number 3.
So I hate Sweet Caroline. But here's what I will say. You know what? Sweet Caroline, one of the reasons that song is popular with crowds and singing it and all that is because it has a part where you don't even need to know any other lyric, but they can go Sweet Caroline, and a bunch of drunk a-holes can go ba, ba, ba. Like, that's what it has.
You can't, Ohio treats me well. What's wrong with that?
Ohio, hey, treats me well. Like, the guy needs a lozenge, but fine. It's if you like, it has its place.
Let me hear it again.
Football and tall trees, you gotta never end.
Clear your throat, please.
Summer love.
They're not a bad band. It's just not the application. Like Yo-Yo Ma is extremely talented. I don't know if we should play Yo-Yo Ma before a big third down.
Well, they not. This ain't a third down.
No, this is a hug your friends. Because God, does Ohio State have any songs where it's like grab your neighbors and sing along and feel good about this place we all came from and that we've grown to love? It's if they had like a hymn they could sing, like Carmen, Ohio, maybe. That would be one where I think we already have that. No one else has that. Why not use that? But we need something new. If we're going to play a song, though, that gets the crowd, like, singing along and together, what if we picked a different band from Columbus, Ohio, with lyrics that people have actually heard that is actually immensely more popular than this band Camp, as nice as I'm sure these gentlemen are? What if we did something from, I don't know, 21 Pilots? I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying that's way easier to sing along to. More people know that song. And I can see that with the lights off and people using their camera phones. Like that would make, to me, more sense.
We should all just get together and sing We Are the World about that.
About that one. I like that. I agree with you.
Let's just hug and sway to We Are the World.
All right. I've spent a half an hour talking about in-stadium traditions. I'm kind of done with that topic now. We'll probably revisit at some point. But there you go. If you're excited about that, congratulations. I'm a curmudgeon. I admit that I'm a curmudgeon. It's not for me, and that's okay.
They better not be getting rid of Hell's Bells.
I hope I'm wrong on that. I would love Ohio State to clarify that, because their press release made it sound like we're moving forward. Third down, it's going to be the gong sound from the bell tower, not Hell's Bells. So I hope that's not what we're saying.
It can't be right.
I hope that's not what we're saying.
That can't be right. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, hopefully I'm wrong.
I got to hear it. I got to hear it.
You know what? I'm wrong often, Tyvis, so let's hope I am.
Rusty in the chat asked you, Tyvis, what Taylor Swift song we should use. I feel like that's a fair question for me.
That's perfect.
The only Taylor Swift song I know is Shake It Off.
That would be better than Camp.
Dang,
yeah, I agree.
That's messed up.
Shake It Off is great. Yeah. That'd be perfect when it's like,
I would vote for Are You Ready For It? That would be my vote if we're doing Taylor Swift songs. If we're just completely going off the deep end with this.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, man, all the Swifties that come to the game.
Oh, my gosh, they'd lose their mind.
Maybe she'd come to the game.
Shake it in the. Nah, she.
Oh, man.
Ain't she a Penn State person?
No, she's from Pennsylvania.
I don't think she has any loyalties.
There, I don't
if
know.
Travis came to a Buckeye game, she'd be right.
Why would he do that? He going to Cincinnati.
No, he's in Ohio. All right.
Yeah.
We got to stop.
Sorry.
We got other things to talk about.
Sorry.
The NFL officially owns a piece of ESPN. That creates some questions that don't have a lot of great answers right now. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
When you shop Goodwill, you don't just bring home a vintage dress or cat lamp. You bring home so much good to your community because everything you buy funds local job training and more. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Hi, I'm Kim Holderness.
And I'm Penn Holderness. You don't have to have an amazing race to the doctor, but you should make time for routine cancer screenings.
I schedule my mammogram and other cancer screenings around my birthday and then treat myself to lunch.
I do too, because, of course, everyone likes lunch.
The C word can be scary, but routine screenings can detect cancer before symptoms appear.
And early detection equals better outcomes.
Go to preventcancer.org to find out which cancer screenings you need.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Did have a chicken biscuit yesterday from McDonald's. Good. Although...
Is it better than Bojangles?
No, because it's the McChicken patty is what they put on the biscuit, which I'm a big biscuit fan.
Yeah.
But you can tell. But no, like the Bojangles, it's a whole piece of chicken that's been breaded and deep fried and all that. The McDonald's one is like they chopped up all the chicken and then put it in a patty, and it's fine.
Are you insinuating that the McDonald's one may be more healthier than the Bojangles?
No, I'm not insinuating. I'm saying one of them tastes better, which is the Bojangles.
Okay.
It has a little more flavor to it.
I just wanted to see how far you were willing to go with this.
If we had a spicy McChicken down here, which they have in Cleveland, but for some reason in Columbus we can't get it. I don't know.
I mean, I get them quite often, so there you go.
Well, all I'm telling you, I don't go to Cleveland as much as you.
Well, maybe you should.
No, I'm fine here. I'm good. I like it here. All I'm saying is, if we had the spicy chicken filet down here, put that on a biscuit in the morning, wake your ass up. I like that. That'd be good.
That'd be
little cayenne kick in the morning. I could go with
that'd be pretty nice.
I'd also take an egg and cheese on that if you wanted. Throw egg, cheese on the chicken with the biscuit.
That's why you look the way you look. Because
bacon.
you be overdoing it.
Bacon.
You overdoing it. No.
Maybe extra bacon, actually.
Who gets a chicken biscuit? First of all, the biscuit can't even hold all of that.
No, it sure can.
No, a chicken with bacon, egg, and cheese.
Just smush it. You just smush it down. And then eat it.
That's like 1,300 calories.
No, it's not. It's protein.
Stop it.
Egg gives you protein. Cheese gives you protein.
You need to
bacon
stop.
Gives you protein. That's all. That's just protein.
You
baby.
overdoing it.
That's just protein.
That's the problem. We overdo it.
Well, that's fair. The NFL, they own a piece of ESPN now. Deal came down yesterday. It had been rumored that this was going to happen. So the trade-off here from a viewing standpoint is that now NFL Network and Red Zone and all of that programming is going to be run, facilitated, everything by ESPN. So I don't know if that means it will be better, worse, whatever, but NFL Network programming will now basically be run by ESPN. No word on if that's going to become like an in-house product for ESPN. I'm guessing it probably will be at some point when ESPN launches their app. They'll probably try to use some of that. But they now will be in charge of running that. The flip side here is that the NFL now owns the National Football League. Roger Goodell-led National Football League owns 10% of ESPN. So they have a vested interest in ESPN doing well. ESPN, of course, also now has ownership from the NFL that can theoretically call them and say, hi, as stakeholders in this TV network or in this situation of ESPN, we have some problems with maybe what you're reporting. That's a thing they'd have more right to do now than they did previously. And I don't know if that's good. Doesn't seem good to me.
I mean, it's of course nobody wants the bad stuff out there, but I mean, as a reporter, that's your job is to do those things. Now, can they stop them from putting out some stuff? Yeah, I mean that was like the whole collusion case that just
and they weren't even owned yet.
Yeah, that was that whole thing
NFL.
where it was like nobody talked about it, and then some outside people figured the story out, and then it's like, okay, now I guess we got to talk about it because it's out there. So you will probably miss out on certain things. But I mean, listen, the NFL makes a lot of money, and they trying to continue to make a lot of money. I think that's why they did this.
Well, let's
be able to cover up certain things to try to keep the NFL always in a positive light.
And to be fair, they also want to make money, right? They feel like ESPN will make them some money. The owners of the NFL, the guys who own these teams.
A lot of people has been getting sour on ESPN coverage and stuff.
They don't have to pay NFL Network people. That's part. They'll merge those two. They'll streamline things. You'll start hearing things come out probably in the next couple years where it's like they've already done it. NFL Network has trimmed down some of their programming. They've backed off some of their shows. They'll do more of that. ESPN's people who already work there will take on more of that burden. It'll save costs, and then hopefully they can. Now you can advertise on NFL Network and ESPN, and it's one big price that hopefully is a little better for the owners are thinking they'll make a little more money on that.
The way I see it is ESPN knew that they was losing like some clout. So now they just trying to buy. They bought basketball, right? They got NBA, right? That's why TNT is gone.
I believe you're right.
So they got basketball and I got NFL, and then like 45 minutes ago they got WWE.
I just saw that. Yeah. So ESPN now is going to be the exclusive home of WWE starting in 2026. Is that right, Dylan? Did you see that?
I didn't see it. This is news to me.
Oh, yeah. This just came down.
Breaking news.
This just came down
like maybe 45, maybe an hour ago.
So now I have many questions, right? Does that mean the NFL technically owns WWE or a part of it? Are they tied? Is the NFL tied to the success of WWE now?
Everyone knows that the NFL is scripted, so it makes sense that they would own the NFL and the WWE.
You need to stop.
No, I don't believe that at all. That was very sarcastic.
Well, I never got my script. ESPN put out, ESPN PR tweeted out, starting in 2026, ESPN's DTC, which is direct-to-consumer platform, will be the U.S. home of every WWE premium live event, including WrestleMania.
So, yeah, those are like your WrestleManias, your Royal Rumbles, your SummerSlams, the big time, the creme de la creme events. ESPN is going to have the rights to them.
All right. That's
what I read.
And I can guarantee you at least some of those will go on their ESPN, their new ESPN streaming service they're doing.
Oh, man, now I have to pay for ESPN Plus again.
You have to, I don't... Yes, to watch that and like old ACC football games or like random crap they throw on there.
Or if I want to watch, WrestleMania 14 again, I might have to get ESPN Plus for that.
Here are a few questions that I have from this merger with ESPN. Now, 10% of it is owned by the NFL. And like we just found out, now ESPN is also going to be the home of WWE. So whatever that connection is with the NFL, I find that interesting. But let's seriously, if Roger Goodell were to, let's say, I don't know, have some unsavory news about him. Obviously, anybody can do anything, right? But let's say that I don't know Roger Goodell to have ever done this. I'm not trying to put stuff on this guy, but like, what if he was accused of like embezzling funds?
Roger?
I don't know why he would. He makes $60 million a year. But I'm saying, if that accusation came out, would ESPN be as likely to cover it now
they
have? Of course, they better.
You can't. You'll lose credibility if you don't.
They lost. They didn't report on the collusion thing.
Maybe they didn't know.
They didn't know. Dude, no, they knew. They didn't want.
They didn't want to know.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, here's how we know this, because Mike Florio has no love for ESPN. He's not a fan, but he has said that multiple people from other networks, is what he said. I'm going to guess ESPN was one of them. Told him, we didn't report on this because there's no interest in it. No one would care that there was a collusion story. And it's like, you're out of your mind if you actually believe that's true. And I don't think anybody over there believes that's true. They just they don't want the smoke. They don't want to deal with that fire. They don't want any heat from.
Well, I mean, two people lost their jobs over it.
Yeah, both of them in the Players Association, right? But I'm saying, like,
I can't believe they had them. They had the opportunity to just blow this whole thing up, and they let it slide. I can't believe. I want to know how much money that the owners paid them to. Like,
I want to know that too.
It has to be good coin because, like, the players could have absolutely took this to the bank. Like, they could have got guaranteed contracts forever.
Yeah.
They could have got everybody guaranteed contracts, and they blew it. They dropped the ball on it. It's crazy to me.
Here's another question, this NFL owning ESPN, part of it. Here's another question I have. All this week, what have we been talking about? Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons, that story where Jerry Jones keeps putting his foot in his mouth, saying stupid things, saying stuff that makes no sense. He looks like someone who needs to be taken to a home and said, you know what, that's great, Grandpa. Go over here and eat your pudding. Like, it's time. Like, that story, he's getting hammered by a lot of people on ESPN. What if Jerry Jones gets pissed off enough and says, hey, Roger, I don't like how they're talking about me on there. I think that they're being unfair. Does that mean then the NFL reaches out and says, hey, if you're on, NFL Primetime or any of these shows, maybe back off Jerry Jones a little bit? Do they get a call like that?
They better know.
I'll tell you this, it happens. Now, that stuff happens in media anyway. When an organization doesn't have an ownership stake in the media company, they still call and say, hey, we don't like what your hosts are saying. Will they be more willing to listen to that now and maybe water down their coverage because Jerry Jones or another owner doesn't like what they're saying? These are the questions it causes when you get into bed like this with the NFL and ESPN. That's not good.
My thing about all that is, I can only speak for myself. Hold on, let me throw that out there. I can only speak for myself. Anytime I say something, it's probably realistic. Like, it's not like I'm saying something that's unreasonable. Even if I had to criticize a coach, player, or anything, it's just me telling everybody what's going on, like what I believe is going on. I don't think it's like I said, I would never say it in a disrespectful manner. I would just tell you, like, this is what it is. This is what I think it is. Boom. That's it. And if somebody has an issue with that, you need to change the tape or change what you say. Like, don't be mad at me. You the one put that out there.
That's right. I agree. But this is where these are the questions that come up now that the NFL owns ESPN, a part of ESPN. So it's not great for journalism is what I'm going to say.
Well, going back to what you said about, well, will they make a call saying not to, be so harsh on Jerry? And if there's people out there that think that stuff doesn't happen, a former employer of mine, which I'm not going to name, here in this city, when all that stuff was going down with the zoo, they spent money over there and they said, hey, don't go so hard on the zoo.
Oh, yeah. The Columbus Zoo had issues. There was embezzlement of funds over there, right? I mean, that was a huge story locally, and you're saying you were told at another employer, hey, they advertise with us. Let's not.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I didn't experience that here, but I am not shocked that happens.
I would say I understand what you're saying. So anyways, about the embezzlement stuff.
Yeah, but then they go, hey, about that, we have a meeting after the show, and then you go out to your car, and that's it.
And I'm going to be like, you know what? At least I said the truth.
Yeah, that's what you should feel. The Browns seem to have named a starter at quarterback for their first preseason game. We will discuss that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Once there was a man stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracky. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, there we go. I thought I was on, but I guess I wasn't. 1 hour from now, The Huddle. All your NFL questions answered right here on T-Bone and Tyvis. We've had a busy morning so far. We've already talked about how Ohio State is either evolving tradition or, if you're a grump like me, changing up things that you enjoy about Ohio State, and that just isn't your favorite thing. But, it remains to be seen. Once we'll go to the stadium and see how it sounds. Maybe it'll all be great. Maybe we'll all fall in love with this wonderful song from a band called Camp, which I love. Fired up. Yeah. Let's go.
It's not a fire up song. It's a feel good song.
No, it's a feel good song. It's the whole stadium's going to be singing this song that
I just want to know, like,
barely understand.
At what point do you sing this? Is this like when you up by 21 or something? Like, okay,
I don't know.
Like, if the game is close or we down, at what point does this song come out? Like that?
They said it's going to be in the second quarter. And I think they said the first half. I just in my head said second quarter. That's what I thought.
So in the first half,
it's going to be like a
no matter what's going on, this is what we go play.
Yeah, I'm not going to feel like singing that if it's like Buckeyes are down by 10 to Penn State or something. Like, nah, that's not. I don't need that. I'm going to need something else. I'm going to need Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
I got to see it.
Yeah, I'm going to need something else.
I got to see it. I don't want to judge it. I don't want to judge. I got to see it. I got to give it a chance. At 31, I give it a chance.
Fine. The other thing they said they're going to use, and I want, please, I'm keep bringing it up because I want clarification. Because if this is happening, Tyvis, if this is happening, we're both going to lose our minds. The victory bell, it is said, I'm reading from the press release. It says, moving forward, the victory bell's iconic chime will serve as the official sound of third down inside the shoe. Do you mean that's going to go over Hell's Bells and we're still going to play Hell's Bells? Or are we saying we're getting rid of Hell's Bells on third down? Because I think that would be a much bigger story if people read that little part of the press release.
Are you going to the Texas game?
No.
Dylan, are you going to the Texas game?
I don't have $1,500 to take my kids to go to that game.
I may or may not be going.
I need somebody to tell me.
Oh, don't worry. We'll find out.
What it is.
Well, you'll hear. Trust me.
I need to know what it is and what it ain't.
You are going to hear about it because the first time they have a big third down and there's no Hell's Bells, there's just a gong sound, people will say, what the hell happened to Hell's Bells? And it will be a story. And I'm trying to prepare you if that's what it is.
Meat Sweats ain't going for nothing.
What is Meat Sweats saying? YouTube chat, by the way, go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You just hop in there.
At what point do you sing it? You don't. You boo it so they stop using it.
That's exactly, there you go.
Jim Carrey, most annoying sound in the world would be.
Hey, man, this Camp band, I'm not trying to trash them. They're great for what they're doing. They are obviously very popular for what they're doing. That indie folk sound is good if you like that style of music. I don't typically think of that as music for the stadium.
You might get caught up.
That doesn't give me the atmosphere.
You might get caught up in the moment. Like, I feel like that's.
I'm going to be caught up in a bathroom. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be like, as soon as that song plays, I'm going to be like, I'm out of here.
Y'all are being unreasonable. You gotta let the moment just take over.
Fine. Guess who's taking over in Cleveland? Shedeur Sanders time, baby.
Uh-oh, wrist up.
Yeah, wrist up. Yes, sir. So out of nowhere yesterday, I guess it shouldn't have been out of nowhere because we knew there were injuries, right? Kenny Pickett's dealing with a hamstring. Dylan Gabriel's dealing with a hamstring injury. They had their first preseason game on Friday, easy for me to say, against Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a joint practice, I believe, with Carolina today.
Yep.
And you have said it will be interesting to see how guys do, regardless of who's playing quarterback, when they're playing against someone else, either in a joint practice or in a preseason game, because you want to find out if they're going up against like NFL talent or guys that are going to be out of a job very soon.
What happens is now when you go up against other teams or other competition, that's when the depth chart starts to move. And finally, you're going to start seeing movement. Now, the reason that I look at joint practices is because when you get to the preseason game, it's very vanilla. Everybody kind of doesn't run what they're going to run in the regular season. It's just about guys being out there and making football plays. It's very basic. There's not a lot of thinking. Just go out there, react, and make plays. To where in the joint practice, it's schemed up to where it's like, all right, they're calling their best defensive play. We're calling our best offensive play. The best player wins, like that type of thing. And if you can make plays in that atmosphere, obviously it's controlled for the quarterbacks as far as sacks and all those things, but it'll be chaotic. It's a game-like thing because you're going up against another opponent. Your heart and your adrenaline is rushing because you want to make a play. You don't know exactly what this guy's going to do. When you go up against somebody all the time, you kind of get their moves down. Now you're going up against somebody that you never went up against before, or for this year, I should say. They're going to bring something different to the table. So now you're testing out your techniques and all of those things and see if you can be successful. So to me, I put a lot of stock in the joint practices because they're actually calling the things that they want to call, and they're putting guys together that they actually want to see together. So I put a lot of weight into these joint practices.
Yeah, I think it's going to be – today is going to be a big day for Shedeur Sanders to find out what he can do. Friday is going to be a big day. And the reason he's getting the start, Shedeur Sanders is going to start on Friday against the Panthers because obviously they're not going to throw Joe Flacco out there.
They better at some point.
They could have, but they chose not to.
If he's going to be your starting quarterback this year at some point, I know he's 50 years old, but at some point – you need to get him out there because you can't afford to go to a slow start. Because Cincinnati, that's why Cincinnati is playing Joe Burrow and them in the preseason, because they know they got to come out the gate clicking, and so does the Browns.
Panthers are apparently going to use their starters on Friday. So this is why it's a big opportunity for Shedeur Sanders, but the other side of this is it could be a bad thing for him because how many snaps has he had in the preseason? With the first team offense against
none.
I actually saw a number. Someone said it was technically he's had 4. He had 4 reps with the ones like last week in practice for one day. One little series.
I'm not 100% sure on that because what happened was, if you're talking about the thing that I think you're talking about, Shedeur went up against the ones. He was with the 2s. It was 2s on ones.
So he went against the ones
with the 2s.
4 snaps. Oh, yes. Not even with the ones.
Yeah, with the 2s. He took the 2s and they went 2 for 3. I think he completed 2 passes out of the 3.
Okay.
So that's what happened. If that's what you're talking about.
That might be what they're talking. That might be what they're I didn't
but
see
he
it.
never with the ones, the first line. I haven't seen that report yet.
Okay. Well, here's that might be even better for him because what my concern is he's had so little time with that first team offense. Now he goes out
time with the first team offense.
Right. Now he goes out and is going to be judged to say, this. There are people putting all these people up in Cleveland who have been on the Shedeur train or off the Shedeur train. They're like, oh, this is the game. It shouldn't be like that. If he were the only rookie in camp, this would be viewed as this is part of his growing process, whatever. I think there are a lot of people who want to anoint him. I think there are a lot of people who wish he weren't on the team because why do you have 2 quarterbacks, right? Just pick one. You don't need both of them. I think the people who don't like Shedeur Sanders, if he plays poorly on Friday, are going to be like, yep, that's why he'll never develop into anything.
They would say that's why he was a 5th-round pick.
Yeah, they'll hate on it, but there will be people that if he has even some glimmers, it'll be like, why is this guy not the starter? And I think either way is not totally fair to him yet.
I agree.
He should have a lot more time before we make real assessments of that.
This is what I'll say about that. For the people who think that if Shedeur goes out there and doesn't play well on Friday, it should be like, okay, that's why he's not. That's why he's with the 3s or the 4s or whatever the case may be. I will tell you to go watch C.J. Stroud's first preseason game because I remember sitting right here in this chair during the Buckeye show watching it. And I watched him throw a pick, and I'm just like, he threw it straight to the guy. What are you doing? And then C.J. Stroud goes on to have an unbelievable rookie season. So you can't really put a lot of stock in the first game. However, I would say that with Shedeur, it has been nothing but an uphill battle for him. And I don't know if the Browns organization is just testing him because they like him a lot or whatever the case may be. But if he does become the guy who becomes a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, one thing you can say is that he earned it because this man gets no reps with the ones, has to do all the extra stuff, tries to do everything the right way, carries himself the right way outside of a couple of speeding tickets he's gotten, hasn't had any problems with the organization. And he's literally fighting and scratching and clawing to earn just reps with the ones, and he can't even get that. So it's a big opportunity for him. I'll be interested to see how he does. Whether he does good or bad, it's not the end of the world. It's not like they're not going to come back and be like, oh, when Kenny's healthy or when Dylan's healthy, they're going to still get looks at them as well. But it's a big moment. I'm excited. If anything, you're excited for a Browns game to see what he does. I mean, that's the one thing. Because
it's going into it makes that Friday game
going into the season. There's nothing for a lot of Browns fans to be happy about because everybody's like they didn't really do anything. So it's not a lot of excitement around the Cleveland Browns. He does bring that at least for this preseason game.
Do you guys remember in I think it was 2006, Tony Romo played a whole preseason game? Like it was before Tony Romo was Tony Romo. He was the undrafted free agent or whatever, and I think he was Bledsoe's backup, and they literally played him the whole preseason game.
No, I didn't remember
That's
that.
what I want to see Shedeur Sanders do.
They got Snoop.
Play the whole game.
Tyler Huntley.
No, we don't need to see Tyler Huntley.
I do believe. Hold on, let me address that because I wasn't here yesterday.
They brought him in.
The reason that
essentially because they need bodies because no one else is healthy to play quarterback.
Yeah, the reason that they brought Tyler Huntley in is because given such a short time before the game, he is the only quarterback out there outside of PJ Walker who could come in that knows the playbook because he was just here last year and they kind of got a little chemistry with some of the players that's there. I think that's why they went and got him just for this game. I don't think he's
not a factor.
Yeah, he's not.
I know.
Has nothing to do with the long-term plans.
They're not going to go 6 deep at quarterback? Is that what you're saying?
And I'm sick of the 4 deep thing conversation as well. Like that is to me that is
5
meaningless.
quarterbacks technically, but whatever.
If you're going to go into the season with 4 quarterbacks, to me, like you hustling backwards. You don't know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's not that hard to make a decision. You're literally only picking between 2 quarterbacks. You're either picking Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. The 2 rookies should be there through the whole entire season.
Are you telling me the Browns are accused of possibly not having a great plan?
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I've never heard that anywhere before. Breaking news. But you know what, Tyvis? I hope they do have a plan. I hope they figure it out. Because you know what really is frustrating for me is every spring going, well, maybe this draft, we get this guy in the top 5. Who knows? Maybe we'll trade up and get this guy. Like, I hate doing that. I hate doing these shows where we're like, hey, this guy in the preseason, they're giving him a shot. We're all hoping for lightning in a bottle if you're a Browns fan, aren't we? We want to see Shedeur Sanders show up, and suddenly it's like, who is this guy that we oh, my God, he is so much better than anyone thought. We want that because we want to then believe we can just fast forward through all the hardship of finding and developing a quarterback. And that's what Friday offers to a lot of Browns fans. It's not realistic.
Even if he does look good, like
I know it's still going to take time to develop him.
So did DTR a couple of years ago. Yeah. It's so good that they traded their backup away to make him their backup. So to me, it's just so hard to put a lot of stock into the preseason. Like for me.
Of course.
No, I mean, like you guys kind of inferred earlier, it's like if he plays well, people are going to be like, it's just a preseason game. If he plays bad, it's like, man, look how bad he looked in that preseason game.
Yeah, it's almost no win for him in that way because there will be plenty of people who will obviously be very thrilled if he plays well. But I think a lot of the football smart people will say either way, this doesn't really matter. And that's true. He needs time to Dylan Gabriel needs multiple probably NFL games, maybe even multiple NFL seasons before you fully find out what that guy's capable of. Nobody gets that timeline anymore, but that's where we're at. Unfortunately, you're going to be judged probably on 5 series for Shedeur Sanders, if that. And some people will write off his career if he doesn't have a good game there on Friday, and I think that's silly. If you've got some cash burning a hole in your pocket, well, I've got a great way for you to get rid of it. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Hey, Max,
Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis, hop in the chat like Tim did. Tim said, we were talking about ESPN and ESPN and the NFL now are in bed together. The NFL owns 10% of ESPN. And so we were talking about journalistic credibility. Tim had a comment saying he thinks it's hypocritical that a radio station that is, quote, the home of the Buckeyes is worried about journalistic credibility. And then he said, I don't recall anyone on The Fan talking about that Surviving Ohio State documentary. I can't speak for other shows. I haven't watched it yet. I will tell you this flat out. That controversy, that has to do with the Dr. Richard Strauss, was it, from back in the 80s and 90s, where he was abusing student athletes and all that. That is horrible, and anything and everything that can be done to help the survivors of that horrible crime should absolutely be done. We don't necessarily, I didn't get into that a ton because I haven't watched it personally, but I know this. Anybody over at Ohio State would tell you that's horrific what happened there. And yeah, I don't know from beyond that. Like, I haven't watched the whole thing, so I don't have a lot of comment on that. What I know is this: that scandal's horrible. I believe all the survivors, and I hope they get all the money. And if anyone at Ohio State is standing in the way of that, they should be ashamed, because I don't need to watch that documentary to know that story is legitimate, terrifying, horrible, all the above. If I do watch that documentary, I'll tell you what I think of it, but here's what I know. No one at Ohio State should stand in the way of those survivors with that Richard Strauss stuff, because that's terrible. But we're not, number one, we'll say that. I call out Ohio State all the time. Tyvis, did I get any crap from fans last year for saying that Ryan Day may not be the guy for the job? I did.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of blowback about that. And you know what? That's part of our job, so it's fine. But yeah, just because there's an Ohio State logo in our studio, and just because Ohio State, we are the home of the Buckeyes, they know the game. They know very well that we will call them out when we see something wrong, and we always do.
Yeah, to Tim, it's not like someone was like, hey, Surviving Ohio State, off limits, guys.
No.
Don't say it.
I think, honestly, most people were just like, I don't know how many people want to hear about the horrific situation that was, but yes, it's terrible, and every bit of that is worth your time. I'm going to watch it. I also just have not had a lot of time to watch stuff, but on my list of sports documentaries, it's right there, and I'm going to check it out. Now, before we go further, we got a lot of stuff to get to today. We have plenty of Ohio State stuff to talk about Ryan Day talked about quarterbacks. I've got ways for you to waste a lot of money coming up. But first, Tyvis has something to tell you about. Go ahead, Tyvis.
Yeah, I got to tell everybody about Tri-State Men's Health because, men, summer is the season for romance. Vacations, beach nights, rooftop dinners, and spontaneous weekend getaways. Weekend getaways, not weekdays, because we don't take PTO around here. Just want to make sure everybody understands that.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, it can feel like you're missing out on what should be the best part of your summer because everybody loves some good sex. Anyways, with that being said, if you are dealing with erectile dysfunction, go visit my guys at Tri-State Men's Health because they're there when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some of those treatments can have you last an hour or more. I love that. That might be too much time, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I don't know, though. Yeah.
I'm not going to put a time limit on it. About a good 10, 15 minutes is all you kind of, If you want to go an hour, hey, more power to you. Way to build up the stamina. There are 2 locations here in Columbus. One is in Hilliard. The other's in Westerville. If you schedule a consult with the Tri-State Men's Health today, your visit is $99. It includes a licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Hang on a second. The computer is screwing up. It says I need to hit this button here so it'll stop screwing up. Just give me 1 second.
You need length and girth in this league.
That is noted golfer Hugh Freeze. My guy. If you've got some cash burn a hole in your pocket, here's a new way to waste it. Now, I don't know if most of us have this type of cash. The Masters. You've heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Masters. Augusta National.
Timmy is still trying to get there.
I know. It's every year you have to sign up if
he hasn't won yet.
To get the lottery to get in? Yeah, it's a tough thing. But
I said Beam it went like twice. So it makes me laugh.
There are ways too, regardless of the lottery, like if you know some very influential, wealthy people, you can get in. One of the ways is if, let's say, you have a friend who has, $219,000 that is just sitting there that they would like to spend. Sports Business Journal reviewed a brochure of the official Masters hospitality program. And I had no idea. I mean, I know that there are rich people that go to golf events. I know people spend a lot of money to do this stuff. Here is, according to the brochure, a few of the different things that are offered. If you want to spend the entire kit and caboodle, it's, like I said, $219,000. This is a full-scale private home program at the Masters, okay? This gets you 8 guests and 3 waves of packages to the golf course. So you get passes. You also get the following. You get the use of, for the week of the Masters in Augusta, you get the use of 2 homes. You get a host home for $60,000 and a sleeper home for $38,000. Now, I've partied. I've had good times in my life. I've never been on a vacation where I was like, we're going to go to the party hotel over here, and then we're going to go to the sleeping hotel over there. Like, I've always had my hotel that I stay in is the hotel I stay in. And if we're partying there, that's fine too. But I'm saying, like, I've never rented an Airbnb or something where I was like, well, I need one for sleeping and one for partying. Like, I've never had that. Apparently, this is what you do at the Masters. So you get 2 houses, one for sleeping,
one for partying,
one for banging, I guess. I don't know.
Make sure you go to Tri-State Men's Health before you start that bank.
Hey, that's what I'm told.
We all love some good sex.
Thank you, Tyvis. So you also get daily cleaning and fresh linens. Well, thank God for this price. I would hope you do. Transportation, which they valued transportation at $29,000. What are you going to the event in, a helicopter? It's a week.
Your feet should never touch the ground for $29,000.
Yes, you should be carried by other people. You should be like on one of those things that like a princess used to ride on. Strong men carrying you around. That's what you should be for $29,000.
Egyptian royalty, basically.
Yes, that's right. You should be Cleopatra. $29,000 for transportation for 1 week. I mean, a rental car can cost you $500 or $600. I get that, but I don't know. Even a fleet of rental cars should not cost. So I'm curious what that is, but whatever. To stock the pantry, it's $6,000. So you have a fully stocked, stuff there. I'm assuming that means food and maybe some bev. Full-time staff member who will just be at the house or houses.
Okay, so you have a maid, basically.
Yeah, but that full-time staff member is only getting $13,000. Not only, that's good money for a week of work, but again, the transportation is $29,000, so I'm still not sure on how that works. You have catering for $23,000, tee times at area golf courses, that runs you $13,500, and a 20% service fee, which is a cool $36,600. Cool. So now this gets you into, I think, one of their exclusive. Augusta has clubs off like the 5th Green and some other areas there where you're in a club where they have like 5 restaurants and all this stuff. So you get access to that stuff too. Mm-hmm. But again, it's $219,000 for a week at the Masters.
You want to go half on it?
I want to know if Timmy would do this. I want to know if he had the funds.
Yes.
If he would be willing to give away almost $250,000 of his wealth.
You talking about Timothy Hull?
Yes.
Here's I think this is the bigger question I have is how much wealth would you need before you would be comfortable doing that? Timmy Hall's threshold, I bet you, is lower. Like, I'm not as big of a golf fan. I'm not going to spend $200,000 on something like this. I'd rather spend that on like a high-end sports car. $200,000. You could get quite a sports car for that. That's what I'd want, because then after that week is over, I'd still have the sports car. But I could see someone who loves golf saying, well, if money's no object, I'm saying if you have $10 million, would you spend, let's say $10 million in the bank, not after taxes, that all of it is yours. Would you spend $200,000 on the Masters? I would not, because that's just not worth it to me. Would you spend that if you had $10 million just sitting there and you could use it to go to the Masters?
I'm not a golfer. So.
See, right? Okay, Dylan. $10 million in your bank account.
I would need to know what the crowd talent at the Masters is like. Oh my
gosh.
Who could I bring back to this house per se, hypothetically speaking? And then
it says you have 8 guests. Dylan would be trying to bring himself and 7 guests. All of them who he's met at the golf course. Like, oh, hey, dude, hang out here. I'm going to go back out there. Oh, they're going to bring some friends.
It'll be Sydney Sweeney and her good jeans.
Then yeah.
That's
absolutely.
By the way, that commercial's gotten its controversy. I'll let that all live. It can be whatever. Can I ask this question? When did Cindy Sweeney stop being able to talk? Because in that commercial, she's like, Jade's a liar. Like it's like someone.
I haven't watched the commercial.
She can barely speak. Like, I know that's not the role. Like, the role is look hot and wear jeans, but like she can't talk anymore. What happened to her? I don't know.
I gotta see it.
You have to hear her the way she talks. She's like, your jeans are passed out from your family. Why are you talking like that? Just say what I can't hear you. I don't need to, I guess. I
don't know what it's about. I just know it's caused the uproar. I don't even know what was said, why it's an uproar. I just seen it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
I think we're just at a point now where people don't care about like being able to speak. That doesn't matter anymore because like she's one of the hottest actresses and she sounds like that. And then this is one of apparently the biggest songs in Ohio is this song. Guy has laryngitis.
Tyvis said he understands mumbling, so he'll probably understand everything that she says in the commercial.
That's right.
Listen,
she's not being paid to talk. I get it.
Let me tell you why. So this is when I realized I understood mumbling. So one day I'm sitting there. This is when I was playing with Ohio State, when I was at Ohio State. And Vaughn has said something. Vaughn Bell said something. Clear as day. And everybody looked at him and said, what did he just say? And it was like, he said this. Y'all didn't understand that? And I realized that I understood mumbling because now that I sit back and think about it, he was like, and I understood it, exactly what he said. Nobody else did, though. So I was like, yeah, I understand mumble rap or mumbling.
Yeah, any type of mumbling. This is you. Well, the good news is Ryan Day doesn't mumble when he talks. He talked to the media yesterday. We'll let you know what he had to say about the quarterbacks in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fan favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. YouTube chat. It is lively today. Just go to YouTube 971 The Fan on YouTube. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis, and you're right there. David said, Tyvis, that was the best ad read ever. Tyvis is.
Oh, you're talking about the Sydney Sweeney?
I don't know if he's talking about that or your actual ad read you did earlier. I think he's right on both. That's.
Next time, do your read in Shaq's voice, since you're so fluid and mumbling. I think that would be great, and I'm sure.
That's good. Sorry, you say something else about my girl. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
That was pretty accurate. I like that. That's good.
Oh man.
OSU practice yesterday. Ryan Day spoke after practice. He talked about the quarterback battle being very, very close.
They both have had good moments and moments where they're growing. The competition continues, but I will say that I've been pleased with the progress. We're not where we need to be. But if they continue to learn from the mistakes they're making and continue to grow off the plays that they're doing well and moving the offense and taking care of the football, then it's going to go right down to the wire. But ultimately, they got to take care of the football. I'm seeing growth for sure. I'm seeing great attitudes, great work ethic. The practices have been intense just across the board. I think they're doing a good job of leading right now. Now, where it goes here by the end of the week will be critical. This is kind of, I think Coach Guerreri said it's moving week, like it is in the PGA Tour, and it's kind of this week. So it's moving week.
I think that might have been a little hint there.
Well, I mean, I told you, like after this scrimmage Saturday, everything shifts to focusing on Texas. Like we have to get ready for Texas. It's not like if Texas was Grambling state, then all right, we can let this thing drag out. But at some point, like, we got to – Texas is the number 1 ranked team coming into this preseason. Like, we have to be ready. Like, people have them favored – I think they're favored to win it all this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we need as much time as possible. You can't – this isn't a year that you can drag this quarterback thing out. You got to make the decision and go.
Yeah, and I feel like the more – now, that, I mean, who knows? Today he may say something else, but that quote, especially about it being moving day, that's in golf, right? Isn't moving day 3 of a 4-day tournament? I'm pretty sure Saturday that's moving day. So, like, that's where you find out what you've got. That means you're close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we're counting this as, you know, this week as day 3, maybe the scrimmage is the final day of the competition. I don't know. There's a chance you get something by next week. So I know there's always a chance he could drag this out all the way till the
I hope not
opening snap, and you see who runs out there. But I don't think
the
that's
team needs to get comfortable with whose voice they need to pay attention to. He needs to make sure he's commanding his offense. They're used to all of his signs and his language, his terminology. All of those things are important. The chemistry with the wide receivers, with the offensive line, you know, maybe he's going to be in charge of protection. Maybe that center or guard needs to know, like, all right, I'm going to do the protection. Like, those things matter. And you need to get that same continuity with the same guys out there, the same 11 guys out there. Obviously, it's outside of the quarterback position, there's this left tackle, right tackle battle going on and all this thing. So, yeah, they need to have some answers. And I believe, my personal opinion, I think after the scrimmage on Saturday, when Monday come around, they should have some answers and some clarity of where people going to be.
Ryan Day also said a little bit of a comment on what it means for the team to have a quarterback battle. Is that good for your team when there is a quarterback battle?
I think there's positives and negatives to everything. You know, I think you can look at it that way. You know, there's positives, I guess, to having an incumbent. But the positives of having a competition is that, you know, every day you got to bring it. And every day, you know, you got to put your best guys out there to figure out who's making progress and who isn't. And, you know, guys are always on edge. They're uncomfortable. They're working at it, you know, and I think that's healthy for the entire building.
I mean, probably not wrong. I'm sure there's a good amount of that. I think at the end of the day, you have to take the good from any situation, right? And that's what I'm sure he's preaching to his guys is whatever's negative about this, ignore it. Let's move on and let's focus on the positives. And he's right, too, that if there was an incumbent guy in there, there are negatives that come with that, too. There could be some like, oh, yeah, I know what this guy's going to do. And then also I know what he can't do. Well, there's a little bit more of an open book here. This is going to be a work in progress with this offense. And having a new offensive coordinator, technically, right? Brian Hartline with a new quarterback. There's a lot of room for growth, but there's a lot of room for some mistakes as well. So you're going to have to take the good with the bad on that.
I think that they did a good job of replacing, you know, some of those skilled players on offense. You know, last year, you know, having a guy like a Mecca out there, how good he was. You know, it was the fact that he was the number 2 receiver. Like, think about that. Mecca was became the number 2 receiver as the season went on. And he was really, really good. What is the all-time?
I think all-time receptions leader, total receptions.
Emeka
Egbuka.
Yeah, him. Yeah. So getting a guy like Max Clare in there and Carnell Tate taking that next step and Brandon Ennis, I'm so excited to see, you know, what he brings to this offense because he's the wild card to me. Nobody knows exactly what you're going to get out of Brandon Ennis. He could turn out to be this big-time playmaker. I think getting Max Clare is still great because he's going to be an under-the-radar guy that, you know, Ryan Day, we talked to Ryan Day, and he said that Caleb Downs and them said that he was the toughest guy to cover as a tight end. So when he got in the portal, that's why they went and got him because he has so much respect from the defense from last year. So I think they did a good job with that. The offensive line obviously getting those reps last year over the CFP and meaningful games. Like, that's going to obviously help them. And so far from everything we've been hearing, that's the strength of this team right now is the offensive line. Yeah. So I'm excited for them and them running backs. James People, to me, is an explosive guy. I want to see Bo Jackson because I watched him in the spring game when I walked away and I said, they got to come up with something. They got to come up with some type of plays. He got to touch the ball. He is nice.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, and that's the thing, right? We haven't even really talked about, like, replacing 2 running backs. That's not been a big topic that I know it's out there and it's on the message boards. A lot of people have mentioned it, but, like, the focus has been this quarterback battle. But you're right. There's a lot of other pieces of this offense. Offensive line is certainly one, too, that we have to keep an eye on. Some of the pieces there moving around. But, yeah, I forgot to tell you, when I was out of practice, I did see a moment there where Brandon Inniss was standing next to Caleb Downs, and they were talking, and then Caleb Downs kind of went through and demonstrated something to him and actually did like a spin move and was showing him some stuff with his hands. And I thought, like, that's pretty great, man. Like, you're seeing like two guys who are on opposite sides of the ball who are going to probably go at each other a lot in practice.
Yeah.
But they're both working on how to like get better. And I think that's just I'm sure that's something that you saw a million times in practice. Yeah, but it's fun for us as fans to get to see that stuff where, like, I just never thought about one of the best defensive backs in the country going up to one of the, wide receivers who has something to prove and saying, it looked like he was saying, here's something you could do better, or let me help you figure this out.
It's always been, because the thing is, at the end of the day, everybody wants each other to be great, and you're only as good as your weakest link, and not saying Brandon Inniss is the weak link in this conversation or in this example that I'm giving, but Caleb Downs basically was saying, like, this is the things that I struggle with. As good as a player as I am, when certain guys do this, it's hard for me to stop it. So if you put this in your game, this will make you be 10 times better because you're not going to face DBs as good as me. So if it hurts me, it's going to kill them. So you should probably do that. And that happens all the time. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that, as a corner going up against Devin Smith or Evan Spencer, like, they'd be like, do this. Or when I got to the league, I went up against Jermaine Kearse in practice, and Jermaine Kearse would be like, he's like, don't grab right there. They're going to call a penalty. You got to grab low. I hate when people do this, like that type of thing. So you always got older vets looking out for younger guys because they want to see them shine.
By the way, if you need some motivation for your morning, here is Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. This is a couple days ago, but I think it's still good because we all need a little pick-me-up in the morning, right? He just walked up to the press conference, and you'll hear someone say good morning to him, and he has a response that I think is very positive at first. And then it takes a turn.
You should stand corrected. Good morning. False. Great morning. Let's go.
Why great? What makes this one great?
Because we're another day closer to death.
Now, I have two ways of looking at this. One is that Mike McDaniel was who we thought he was, right? And crown his ass. Like, he may be just one of the most interesting guys in the world, and that's genuinely how he feels. It's like, yes, one day closer to death. And then he goes after the thing is like, all right, see you guys later, and goes listen to My Chemical Romance and puts his Hot Topic clothes on, and he's just an emo kid. That could be.
You think he's an emo guy?
I mean, that quote. Edgar Allan Poe was like, that's a little dark, my friend. But yeah, that's fine. But you know what? Be real. I would rather have a real guy up there than someone who's doing coach speak all the time. Now, the other side of that is maybe he just meant we only have so many days to live, so let's make everyone count. That's a very positive version of that quote, essentially. Maybe he didn't say it the way he meant to, but I kind of hope he did. Because I kind of hope the quote of just like, yeah, it's a great day. We're one day closer to death. It's honest. It's real. Good for you.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. Death.
You got to make the most of your days.
People don't celebrate death, though. Like, it's not something that people look forward to.
You can't celebrate.
All your favorite fan shows are.
I don't know what happened. Did I do that? Who did that?
LeBron James.
LeBron James did that.
Cooper DeJean, good to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Matthew Stafford, quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for having me on.
The new head coach of the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson. Good to see you, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Rich Eisen, coming September 2nd. Weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny.
A lot of buzz around these New England Patriots this year. I was looking at like Coach of the Year odds, betting odds, and Patriots and Bears kind of feels like, the turnaround team. They have a lot of juice. And after thinking through sort of the state of New England and looking at the depth chart, I do share some of that enthusiasm.
Check out the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Freddie and Harry.
It also does not help Caleb Williams that the last two guys in their first year in the new offense look like that. C.J. Stroud, the Houston Texans, Jaden Daniels, first year in the NFL, last year, the Washington Commanders. And based on what we were told, your quarterback talent is more than theirs. Don't talk about it, be about it. You can give me any excuse you want. What are you going to do when the regular season rolls around? Because this is going to be on you. Because this is what you wanted.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Hey, did you miss Clinton and Friends?
Steve in Reno, what's up?
Hey, guys. I wanted to say thank you. First-time caller. I've been listening to your guys' show damn near every day. Really wanted to appreciate your guys' baseball intellect. It's allowed my IQ to rise and allows me to watch these games and understand what's happening. I really wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate it.
Clinton and Friends, weekdays from 10 to noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Welcome to the show.
Buckle up. It's about to get loud here.
Where MLB stars flash unimaginable power.
Wow.
Unreal stuff.
How good is this guy?
And endless entertainment.
Unbelievable.
Where young trailblazers rock big speed, big swag, and big personalities.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to MLB's Best. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Capital One. Every Sunday all season at 7 Eastern on ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
Gone! Kyle Tucker adds an exclamation mark.
Heated rivals go head-to-head in St. Louis when the Cardinals face the Chicago Cubs.
Diving play, gets up, throw to first, and he got him. What a play.
The Cubs at the Cardinals. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 Eastern and Sunday at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance. I'm over it with Pat, the producer.
The British are at it again.
British?
The British.
What are they up to now?
They're complaining about the heat. It's like 78 degrees. So Javvante and I are feuding over Kevin Durant because Stephen A. Smith has thrown out many times that he's a top 10 player of all time. He's not. And my reasoning was very simple. I feel like I had a pretty good case. He's the 5th best player in his own era. Javvante thought this was blasphemous. What was the list again, Pat?
Oh, my God. I'm over it. I'm sick and tired and over it.
Get a life.
It is time for I'm Over It here on Unsportsmanlike, and I'm Over It is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. If you need to hire for your business in 2025 and you want an easier way to find qualified candidates, use ZipRecruiter. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Alongside Freddie Coleman and Harry Douglas, I'm Michelle Smallman, and it's time for Pat Costello to complain about things, guys. Pat, take it away.
There's a new deli meat in my life, and I'm very happy about it.
Ooh.
Buffalo chicken, but as a deli meat.
As a deli meat?
Buffalo chicken. And I had a sandwich yesterday with buffalo chicken on it. And it was one of the best sandwiches I've had in so long that I've been thinking about it ever since. Okay. I think we're sleeping on buffalo chicken as a deli meat. Save your ham. I don't need ham. Get it out of here. Give me buffalo chicken.
It's been around for a while, by the way.
I know. I think it's being slept on, though. I don't think it gets talked about enough.
In your case, it's been Rip Van Winkle. We've been sleeping on it that long. It's there. It's usually there in the deli counter.
It's always there, but it's not one that people go to. So it never comes up in deli meat conversation.
So it possessed you to have a buffalo chicken sandwich yesterday. That's what I want to know.
I just haven't had one in a long time, and it's been literally probably a decade since I've had a buffalo chicken sandwich, and it was so good.
It hit the spot.
Oh. It was unbelievable. I might do it again today. It was so good.
When you lose command of the English language, that's some good buffalo chicken.
No doubt. Also, I love that you're making sandwiches at home. I was thinking about this the other day. When I was growing up, grade school, high school, whatever, I was always making a sandwich. There was always lunch meat and the accoutrements and the bread and the condiments in my parents' fridge. Yep. Maybe it's because I'm going to school and you're packing your lunch and you're making a sandwich. Now, as an adult, guess what I'm not doing? Casually putting together a sandwich. And that's on me.
Yeah, what?
I have free will. I am an adult. I can do whatever I want. But I am just not making sandwiches regularly at home. Do you guys?
I am not in that category. I have 2 kids. I actually made sandwiches last night for their lunches.
There you go. Yeah, so you're in a child-free household. Yeah. It's rare that you're making sandwiches on the regular. So, Pat, I really appreciate that you're doing it.
I'll see, and it was on like a fresh Portuguese roll, too.
Oh, now
so
we're
good.
talking.
Oh, yum.
So
now
good.
we're talking.
Michelle, you're an expert on deli meats. What's your deli meat ranking?
Ooh. Well, it depends on what I'm looking for
All right,
here.
well, let's not get crazy.
Because, like, if I'm going to if it's an Italian deli, and I'm trying to get a sub, I need that fresh prosciutto, and I want it thinly sliced. Well, I said it depends on what I'm looking for. Am I trying to get a sub? Am I trying to make a classic turkey sandwich on wheat with a little avocado, mayo, mustard, maybe
Jesus
some
Christ.
tomato?
You want to be healthy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the play?
That's the
ham is always number one for me.
Ham?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Turkey's number one for me.
yeah, I would probably go
Turkey's number one for me.
I think turkey is your foundational piece. You know what turkey is? It's a lockdown left tackle.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not as flashy as, say, a buffalo chicken or a beautiful capicola,
Right.
but it's always
Capicola's
going to get
good.
the job done.
Yeah,
Well,
Capicola's.
since all you jive turkeys like turkey.
Yeah, exactly. Name calling, really? We're name calling now because of our deli accoutrements,
Especially-
as Michelle said.
If you can get a deli that roasts their turkey themselves too,
Yeah,
nothing
man,
better than that, man.
Honey roasted turkey?
Honey roasted,
delish.
yes. No
See, you
question.
can keep the honey roasted.
Okay.
I don't need it.
Yeah, you're not a honey kind of guy. I can tell.
I do love roast beef though. I'm a huge
I'm not a roast beef
guy.
fan.
What?
Not a roast beef fan. Nope. Not
I
a
like roast beef
fan.
if it's on
That's
a
a
hot
sandwich?
sandwich with some
No.
au jus.
Yes, that
like a
part.
little French dip.
Not cold roast beef.
No, cold roast beef is sickening.
That's gonna be no for me,
stop it.
dog. Cold,
Dude.
hot, not me.
Cold roast beef, mozzarella cheese, roasted peppers. Oh,
Good for you.
electric.
One less
He hit
person.
us with the again.
Yeah,
It's
one-
electric, dude. You got to try it.
It's like the dance, huh? It's electric for you when it comes to roast beef.
Javvante, where are you on your deli meat?
With the turkey, normally,
Attaboy,
well, I'm still
Javvante.
new to this.
Detroit-
As people found out a couple months ago that I'd never been to a deli till recently. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, the turkey normally is pretty good. I
Yeah,
normally go with the
exactly.
turkey.
Detroit, New York in harmony right now. Me and you and Javvante. Detroit, New York in harmony right there.
What's your question, Harry?
Like, you're just not going to a deli to get.
Yeah, it's not a thing in Michigan. Like, that's not like something that comes
Really?
up. Yeah,
Oh,
like that's like,
really?
yeah.
Guys, I Venmo'd Javvante and was like, on me, go to the deli. Because everyone needs to experience going to the deli.
Going to the counter.
Because I was like, I want you to have no excuses. I want you to go there, get your cold cuts, maybe some cheeses.
Absolutely.
They always have the little, the various sides that you can get, whether it's a little coleslaw, pasta salad, whatever. I wanted him to have the full experience. So he did.
Yeah, it was an
Javvante said,
experience.
I'm from Detroit. What up, though? We ain't going to no delis.
Apparently
in
not.
Detroit.
Apparently delis don't exist in Detroit.
Not in the 3 1/3. No way. I will say that is one thing about living on the East Coast. The delis here are unmatched. I don't know why they haven't permeated throughout the rest of the country.
Dude, not in
Because
Connecticut.
As somebody that grew up in the
Yeah,
Midwest,
true.
you have to go. I mean, there's like a deli counter at the grocery store, but you have to go to the Italian part of town to go to a specific standalone deli.
Yeah.
We don't have delis the way that the East Coast does, and that's a shame.
Well, in Connecticut where we live, Pat, there's one place called Nardelli's. Really good deli.
It's solid.
It's solid.
Oh, I've seen that as I'm driving in. I've never been.
Yeah, Nardelli's is good. I mean, being from New York like I am and Patrick from Philadelphia, it's not on the same level, but for Connecticut, that works.
Yeah, it gets the job done.
It does.
All right, next one, Pat.
I'm so tired of doing laundry.
Oh,
I've been doing
Tired
laundry.
of being clean, huh?
I've been doing so much laundry this week, and it's not even that I'm like swamped or like super far behind. It just feels like it never ends. There's always another thing to do. So I did 2 loads of laundry that was just closed. Then I had to do towels. Then I had to do blankets. Then I had to do sheets. And then I wanted to wash my pillow since I was doing the blankets and the sheets. Then it never ended. Then I had to wash my chair. I needed to wash my chair covers that are sitting outside because they were a little dirty. And I have to go down 14 floors and it's $5 a load. It never ends. And I'm tired of it.
It's a high price to pay for being clean, boss.
It's brutal.
I do not feel the same way. That's one of the things I actually love doing.
I love doing laundry. I love doing laundry.
I love doing laundry.
I iron my clothes, laundry, that whole nine. I love doing that stuff. I like being clean.
Like I'd feel better about it if it was in my apartment. I wouldn't mind it at all.
I was just going to say, Pat, we're in the same boat here. Freddie and Harry just have their luxurious living conditions where they have their washer dryer at their disposal. I'm having to lug my laundry down to the basement and a community space, wait for someone to come get their stuff out of it, then put it in there. And by the way, it's very big and industrial, and I've learned that the heat from the dryer will stretch out any elastic that I have on any clothes. So all my workout clothes, etc., they're all stretched out. They're too big for me. So now I have to lug everything back up and air dry it in my tiny studio apartment. So I'm with Pat. Doing laundry is the pits.
Yeah, that's never bothered me.
I'll say this, Michelle. When we travel for college game day, if it's one of those little small towns and you stay at one of those hotels that have a laundromat, I literally wash my clothes while I'm on the road. And I enjoy going down, washing them, coming back to the room, going back down to put them in the dryer, going back to the room, going back down to get them out the dryer, and folding my clothes. I enjoy that.
Yeah, that never bothered me when I was in college or when I had an apartment. Just something that my mom and dad will tell you. I started doing my own laundry when I was 11. Had no problem doing that.
More of the story, Michelle. Make sure you find a guy like me and Freddie Coleman
Exactly.
who enjoys doing laundry.
That's right.
To be
Put it
clear,
on the list here. Jeez.
To be clear, I don't mind doing the laundry. It's just that it never seems like it ends, and I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you don't mind doing laundry.
I got to go down 14 floors, and we have like one elevator sometimes, and it's $5 a load.
In a dirty world, do the dirty work of cleaning your clothes.
Yeah.
It's called adulthood. It's called being an adult.
Welcome to planet Earth, Pat.
It just is annoying. I'm tired of it.
Freddie Coleman, Harry Douglas, Michelle Smallman coming up next. Will Shedeur Sanders be QB1 in Cleveland?
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
Gone! Kyle Tucker adds an exclamation mark.
Heated rivals go head-to-head in St. Louis when the Cardinals face the Chicago Cubs.
Diving play, gets up, throw to first, and he got him. What a play.
The Cubs at the Cardinals. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 Eastern and Sunday at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Welcome to the show.
Buckle up. It's about to get loud here.
Where MLB stars flash unimaginable power.
Wow.
Unreal stuff.
How good is this guy?
And endless entertainment. Unbelievable. Where young trailblazers rock big speed, big swag, and big personalities.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to MLB's Best. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Capital One. Every Sunday all season at 7 Eastern on ESPN.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike.
Joe Flacco is the pace car for all of the young quarterbacks in the Cleveland Browns quarterback room. If you do put Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders out there week one, the player, the front office, the coaching staff, they lose all benefit of the doubt because you don't have any proof of concept when it comes to those young quarterbacks being able to play at this level.
It's Unsportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. I'm Michelle Smallman. No Chris Canty, no Evan Cohen today, but we have Freddie Coleman and Harry Douglas filling in. And big news, guys, ESPN has announced an agreement under which ESPN will acquire NFL Network and certain other media assets owned and controlled by the NFL, including the NFL's Red Zone channel and NFL Fantasy in exchange for 10% equity in ESPN. ESPN is going to own broad rights to the Red Zone brand and distribute the NFL Red Zone channel to paid TV operators.
Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Guardians stayed hot against the New York Mets with a 3-2 win. Stephen Kwan broke a 2-2 tie in the 7th with an RBI single, scoring C.J. Tyvis. The Guardians have now won 9 of their last 11 and are just 1.5 games out of the final wildcard spot. They will go for the sweep against the Mets this afternoon. First pitch is at 1:10. And the Cincinnati Reds also stayed hot with the victory over the Chicago Cubs yesterday by a final score of 5-1. Reds newcomer Zach Littell pitched 7 innings, just giving up 1 earned run. Spencer Steer added a 3-run homer in the 7th to break a 1-1 tie to help the Reds win their second straight. They will also go for a sweep today. First pitch is at 2:20 in Chicago. This update was sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Rates as low as 5.54% and a $400 cashback bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union.
Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. It's been a hell of a morning here, hasn't it, buddy?
I've been enjoying every minute of it. I'm enjoying every moment of it.
You know what?
Man.
Yes,
you
I
know why?
I blame you.
We're a day closer to death.
That's right. That's what Mike McDaniel said. We're just a day closer to death. Now, I've been promising this all morning. I have something to play for Tyvis that he is going to absolutely hate. Are we going to attempt to play this here? Because I also realize we have like a whole other segment we're supposed to be doing here, Dylan. What do you want to do?
Let's do it.
No,
all right.
don't do it.
This is a little song we're debuting for our guy, Tyvis Powell, involving his new nickname. Let's hit it.
Tyvis Powell asks for the day off once again. Says he's got a meeting, but he's hanging with friends. Stacks PTO like chips in the game. Disappears so fast, Houdini's his name. He's a phantom in the office, a legend on his PS5. Nobody's seen him, is he even alive? Emails unread, his desk stays cold. Taking time off is a move that's bold. They call him Mr. PTO. Is he working today? The answer is no. Driving Cardell's car, he's got nowhere to go, yeah. He's Mr. PTO. Oh, look, it's another day that ends in Y. Of course he has a day off, don't even ask why. Out of office is his permanent vibe. T-Bone and Dylan alone stuck inside. Every Monday's Friday, every week's a break. Tyvis Powell's got the world on his plate. He's the prince of leisure, the PTO king. Flexing his days off and so we sing. They call him Mr. PTO. Is he working today? The answer is no. Driving Cardell's car, he's got nowhere to go, yeah. He's Mr. PTO.
There you go. Summer vibes right there, my friend. Play that in the shoe, get people going.
You need to cut this out.
Mr. PTO, baby.
So T-Bone sent me this last night, and my daughter was with me, and she was vibing to this time. She thought that this was the greatest song ever. She now knows what PTO means thanks to you.
That's actually, that's funny, because while I was making this on the laptop, I had my 5-year-old, Abigail, was sitting right next to me, and she's on her tablet, and I'm playing it over and over and over, trying to get certain parts of it right. And then she looks at me and goes, Daddy, what's PTO? And I was like, it's what my friend Tyvis loves. It's his favorite thing. When she meets you, she's going to ask you why you're called Mr. PTO.
You know what? I'm going to call off again. No, how about that?
Good. Our goal is to get you to use all your PTO days.
We want you to embrace paid time off. It's a beautiful thing.
No, I owe it to the fans. I owe it to the fans to be here.
I know you do. And we appreciate that about you. Now, I also have some other sound about something you hate. It doesn't involve a song. It does involve a new rule in the NFL. George Kittle from the Niners, he crashed the NFL Network set.
Oh, my goodness.
They were out at camp. They were talking. I don't know who they were actually talking to because I only saw the clip where he's kind of walking around. So you'll hear him crashing the set of an NFL Network show to complain about something that they just found out in the NFL yesterday.
I honestly just came up here to air a grievance. Our team got a memo today that smelling salts and ammonia packets were made illegal in the NFL.
Wow.
And I've been distraught all day.
Illegal? He even said that he's not practicing anymore.
I considered retirement.
Yeah. So they go ahead and bring that back for George Kittle.
We got to figure out a middle ground here, guys. Somebody help me out. Somebody come up with a good idea. Fred, it's on you.
Airing of grievances.
Yeah, that's all I had to get out there.
So
I'm witty.
Well, you sent us this info, Tyvis, and I as someone who has, I've never had a reason to use smelling salts. Any of these ammonia packs, I've seen people use them, and I've seen the reaction when someone gets a good whiff. You are someone who used these a lot.
I wouldn't say a lot. I used them every game. No, I had to. It was always like a pregame ritual. Especially in the NFL, they would come around with that. It started at O-State. You get the ammonia packets. They crack like 10 of them and put them in a water bottle, and then you just smell it, and it's just woo. Let's go. It's one of those type of things. Oh man, it got you ready. If you was sleepy or you're a little tired, you hit that salt. Woo wee, you was alert. So. Yeah, I don't understand why those need to be outlawed, though. That's the thing that I didn't understand. Like, I'm like, when my boy Mabe told me this yesterday, I brought it up like 6 different times. Like, are you sure? Are you like the salt vax is gone? Like, why? I just don't understand why. Like, I didn't see it harmful in any way.
No, I don't know the science on it. It says the NFL put out a statement after this and said the FDA issued a warning to companies that produce commercially available ammonia inhalants, or as they're calling them, and this won't be confusing at all, AIs. Like, we're banning AIs will be a headline, and then people are going to be like, they're banning AI, and it's like, not artificial intelligence, not Allen Iverson, ammonia inhalants. But anyway.
I think people don't realize how violent the game of football can be. You know, some of those times you make a big hit or you get hit, like sometimes you got to shake it off a little bit, and the ammonia packs kind of bring you back. So,
well, this is one of the reasons they said the FDA has recommended not using them, is because they said these smelling salts, whatever, have the potential to mask certain neurologic signs and symptoms, including potential signs of concussion. So, like you're saying, if you're groggy and you're a little out of it because you just got a concussion and they need to check you, but rather than that, you get a smelling salt and suddenly you're like, all right, I'm alert, I'm back. That can make it look like, oh, then he didn't get his bell rung, he doesn't actually have a concussion. And I'm sure lots of players would prefer to not have to go through the concussion protocol, risk missing games, all that stuff. You know, that's real.
But they so, like, nowadays, it's like any sign, like, it's big hit or not, like, go to the tent. Well, they get you before you can even hit the salt. Go to the tent.
This is why the NFL said, because that came down from the FDA, then they said, all right, if that's what the FDA says, do we want to be recommending that for, like, you know, because kids see that. I get this part of the NFL's responsibility, right? They're looking at, like, youth football players see that, and maybe, like you said, you're under concussion protocol in the NFL. High school player, maybe not so much. Like junior high school, peewee football, if kids are seeing that and saying, like, well, that's what my favorite player does, all right. There's a little bit of something to that. I do wonder, though, does the NFL have the same stance on Toradol when it comes to, like, I mean, because you can see kids out there like, I got to go through it. Like, my favorite player went out on a bum knee and a bum elbow. And then it's like, yeah, because he had a little shot that you can't get, my friend. That they don't offer that to you.
It's so funny that when I was training for the combine, I was at Exos in Pensacola, and they had one of these old veteran NFL guys come and, like, talk to us. And he was retired. He probably played like maybe in the 80s or 90s. And he was like, y'all know with the new NFL rules that they got nowadays, y'all should be able to play forever. He was like, back in my day, you talk about a concussion. You better not come to that sideline talking about you got no concussion. You better hit that smelling salt and get back out there. And it always made me laugh. Every time I see the smelling salt, his voice would go off in my head. Like people would just hit this and just go back out on the field with a concussion. So I understand from that standpoint why they feel that way. But however, I just think that the way the game is monitored now, like I don't think you can do that anymore. Like I don't think you could just like, oh, yeah, no, I'm good. It's like, no, they immediately send you to the tent. Like, even if you, like, shooken up, teammates will, like, stop the game, like, get him out. Go. You tripping. You need to go to the tent. Like, that's type of thing now.
I'm glad that's happening. It's just, I know that, in the youth levels, right, you have to be aware that, like, things that guys do that they're glorified in the NFL, right? Hopefully that's happening in the youth levels, too. I know a lot of, schools and leagues and stuff are trying to adopt these policies, but the kids see a guy toughing out something, they think I should probably go do that too. Their coach is yelling at him to get back in there. Head injury is the one thing everybody's aware of that. I hope now, right? That we have to take that a little more seriously. But yeah, you're right. I was just I went through some. I was telling you I went through some of my old newspapers. I brought you one of those the other day.
Shout out Mark McGuire.
Yeah, I brought you when he hits home run 62
and the embezzlement schemes that was going on in 1998. That's still goes on today.
Yeah, that's as we know. I pulled out a Sports Illustrated from that like similar era, and it was funny because I was flipping through it, and there was a tear out cardboard thing where it was like order videos from the NFL. And the first one was like greatest hits, and it showed a dude getting absolutely targeted, like right in his face mask. And this was in Sports Illustrated with the NFL logo saying, buy this video. This is the one. And it's like, this is evidence. This is concussion evidence right here. They used this in the trial, probably.
I was thinking about this the other day. There was a thing called a wedge buster.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Like, there would be a guy who would just don't care about anything. I'm going to go down when they do that three-man wedge. His job was to go straight down the middle and throw himself at the dude's head to try to bust the wedge. That was the thing. That is gone.
Oh, yeah, you can't. Right. Well, you only have 10 yards now. There's no wedge to bust. It's not even a thing.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, you mentioned your newspaper and Sports Illustrated collection. This is kind of off topic, but I got to ask you, when did you stop collecting Sports Illustrated?
Oh, I only have a few of them. I think I went to a garage sale and they had some, and I grabbed like a lot of them, like 10, and then I found a couple that I wanted. I used to have the one of Michael Jordan dunking in the finals against the Lakers, like when he won his first title. I don't know where it is. If I can find that one, I'll bring it in because that one is like a piece of history. But
because if you have the LeBron James "I'm coming home" one, I'll trade you my kid for it.
Wow.
I don't know I don't know if I have that one.
You out of line.
I do have the one when they won the title. I did get a couple of those, and I saw those. Those ones I still have saved. So
no, the "I'm coming home."
I know.
I cried when he wrote that letter. Real tears.
Boy.
That's good. No, that's real fandom, Tyvis. You wouldn't know about it.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't know about it.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, Ohio State has some new traditions for the fans. Ross Bjork talked about these traditions. We'll hear from Ross Bjork next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Wednesday morning to you. We are definitely noticing the roads looking a little bit busier this time around. No crashes to talk about, thankfully, but as I mentioned, the trend not just on the east side, but also on the west side, especially over 70 at 270, that intersection. Once again, over on the west side, a little bit slower this morning, especially if you're taking that northbound direction. Just want to make sure to pack the patience and just take it nice and slow. Want everyone safe on the road this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by 3D Cabinetry, your go-to for fast, hassle-free service from order to install with fully assembled all-wood affordable cabinets. Free consultation at 3dcabinetry.net.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Reds fans, Snoop Dogg is coming to Great American Ballpark on August 11th. Catch your Reds as they face off against the Phillies and hang out after the game for a live set from Snoop Dogg. Presented by Ohio Lottery and Network for Hope. Want to party in the pit with Snoop? Upgrade your access to a pit field pass. You don't want to miss this. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/Snoop.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu, fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
For a limited time, you can enjoy a savory sausage McMuffin with egg meal, including golden hash browns and a small hot coffee for just $5. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
Is like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Good morning with mostly cloudy skies and a little bit of humidity. Not a bad start to your day with temperatures in the upper 60s. And then for this afternoon, you will see a very small chance of showers and thunderstorms, very isolated, although most of us will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid to upper 80s. For tonight, mostly clear skies and lows down into the mid 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfello with your 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, so usually we do the huddle at 8 o'clock, but we had some technical issues all morning long, so we're going to bump that to 8:30. But we are going to do it. All the NFL questions you want answered, we'll get those done at 8:30. Then we're out of here. Bishop and Fred's coming up at 9. So, yeah, lots to get to still in the show today. We talked about this a little earlier. Ross Bjork announcing that Ohio State is going to evolve their game day traditions that we have come to know and love, some of which I'm sure we won't care about, some of which, depending on who you are, you may be mad or frustrated that some of these things are changing. I certainly, as a curmudgeon, didn't like a lot of these announcements, but I realize I'm not a student at Ohio State. I'm not a big donor at Ohio State, so they're not asking me. They're asking the stakeholders. That makes sense.
I think the biggest thing, if they want to fix last year's atmosphere and try to get it to be what it was in Tennessee, one of the biggest ways to do it is to stop playing at noon, which we know that's not going to happen.
And see, these are the
so
things.
That's one of the ways is to get you some 3:30s or the night games on your schedule. That's one way. And then the other way is, I haven't been to I'm trying to think when the last time. I mean, obviously I was there for the spring game, but like to be there for a game, I think I was when we did. I didn't go to the game last year. When the tailgate show was there.
Okay.
It was Indiana.
Yeah, so how long has it been since you've been back there?
2 years. I went in Minnesota. Senior night when they went against Minnesota 2 years ago.
How did you feel the atmosphere was then?
I thought it was just okay.
Well, see, and I don't know what the expectation level is, right? Because I think we have to define what atmosphere is. To me, atmosphere is when I'm at the game, do I feel like I'm at an Ohio State football game? Do I walk in and see like the tailgates? Do I see people who are thrilled to be there?
Yeah.
Do I hear the band?
Yep.
Am I able to go to Skull Session?
Yep.
And then am I able to, when the team comes in, are people excited for them to come down? Mm-hmm. Am I getting the band playing?
You get all that.
Okay. Do I get Carmen, Ohio? And then do I get a team that goes out there and looks like Ohio State and actually plays really good football? That's what I'm looking for at a game.
Wasn't it like a light show or something for the Tennessee game?
I was there. It was a drone show, light show. It was super cool, again, and you could only do it at nightonime.
Nighttime. That's the only way you're gonna get that atmosphere is it was a nighttime game and it was a big time opponent.
Well, I want to ask that question though because atmosphere to me is not that. That's fun entertainment in the middle of a game that's already entertaining, and I guess if you have like no attention span, you might need stuff like that. For me, it's nice to have a break when the game is like, oh, hey, they're stopping for a second. Great. Now I can go double check the stats. I can go maybe hit the restroom or get some food. I don't need to be 24/7 entertained. But again, I'm not a student. I'm not a big donor, so they're not asking me. But what did you think of that atmosphere, Dylan, when you went and all the stuff they did that was extra at that Tennessee game?
I mean, I think it's different. I mean, we can beat the nighttime argument like a dead horse. It is what it is. It's not going to happen. There's reasons why they play a bunch of noon games that aren't going to change. But I really think that's a lot of it. That's a lot of it. Yes. A big game at night, like Tennessee, they got off to a great start. That helped, obviously. You had the whole rhetoric with the Neyland North. Like, there was a lot of factors that went into that atmosphere being so great. But what I want to ask Tyvis is, as a player, how do you think Ohio State's atmosphere compares to like when you played road games at like Michigan or in Happy Valley or even like Blacksburg? Like, did you see like any drastic difference? Ours being better, worse, similar to?
No, I thought that they were all pretty similar. I mean, obviously Penn State, the whiteout with all the white stuff, and everybody's wearing white. Like, obviously that's something. And it's, if I remember correctly, it might be the biggest stadium in the Big Ten. I think if they hold the most. So from a loud standpoint, it was one of the loudest for sure. And I enjoyed their environment. However, But to say, like, at a home game, a night game at home with the Buckeyes, like, they were loud. Third downs was rowdy. Like, they got up and got excited for that. So I don't understand it. Like, I get Ross Bjork saying, how do we get every game to be like that? Like this Tennessee game. And my thing is, where in the country is it like that every game?
Every game.
Like, no matter if it's noon, 3:30, or 8 o'clock, it's just like that. I don't think it is one.
I think we're taking a little bit of like the online discussion and turning it into a real, we have to fix this problem. The online discourse last year was with too many noon games. And everybody can now agree, yes, too many. Now, I'm someone who doesn't mind a noon game because I can still have a good time, regardless of if the sun is in the sky or not. But I acknowledge that, like, the things you can do, you shoot off fireworks in the day. It's not the same as you shoot off fireworks at night. Like, I do understand there's aesthetic things like that matter to some people when you go to these games. I get that Tennessee game was a great atmosphere. But to your point, Tyvis, you played at Penn State. Did you guys ever play in the daytime or at nighttime? Like, I didn't know if you had that experience of both different times there.
At Penn State?
Yeah.
No, I only played them at night. I never played them at noon.
I would guess that for people, like for guys who have been there, for members of the band or whoever's been there.
This past year, the noon game, was it?
Do we think that atmosphere at Penn State was the same as it was for the whiteout at night?
They didn't even do a whiteout, I don't think.
Right. I'm just saying everywhere has that problem. Of if it's a primetime night game, it's going to be a little more amped up. So getting mad about that and say, well, there's nothing we can do, so now let's try to ramp up everything for a noon game. I just don't know that you're going to get there.
I do know that Bo went to the Nebraska game last year. I think he took his kids, and he said that, because I remember doing Bishop and Friends with him. He said, "I'm telling you right now, it's dead." Like that. But he was like, the fans aren't into it. But I looked at that game, and it was like, wasn't it like 14-7 or 14-14? It was something like that where
that's
was
how
like
it goes.
They were upset at the fact. I think it was right after the Oregon game.
Yeah.
And it was like, y'all should kill Nebraska, and y'all not. The fans was mad about that.
This is a thing that 100% happens at Ohio State games, and I've been to plenty of them. There are so many games I've been to at Ohio State where it feels like the fans are going, all right, when are we going to break this open and win by 30? And then when the Buckeyes start doing that thing, everyone cheers during that time. And then the second you get to like, oh, hey, now it's a blowout, everyone starts trying to figure out what they're going to do after the game, and they try to leave.
Right.
I understand Ross Bjork is saying we've got to keep a better atmosphere throughout first through fourth quarter because that's what we're selling to people. We want this to be a big thing. My issue with that is I've got plenty of suggestions on how to fix the game day atmosphere. They don't want to hear any of them because they don't drive revenue. Stop telling me this is about making the game like they're going to give out towels, right? 100,000 towels when you come to the Texas game. That sounds good. Here's a towel to wave that'll add some atmosphere. You wave that. We're going to have times where you wave it. Great.
Right.
They're also saying in that press release, make sure you save that and bring it back. And also, we're going to sell these at the store. And also, you're not going to have these for free every game. Like they're going to eventually turn that into something you sell and buy, like a terrible towel that they hope they can monetize. That's why they're doing this. They are trying to use the video board more because they can put sponsors on it. That's fine. This program has to make money. That's how you have lacrosse, is if you have this successful making money, then that's how you have lacrosse. But the reality is if you want a better atmosphere in the game, lower ticket prices, lower concession prices, and you'll do 90% of the job that all these other things are trying to do. Because when you price people out of it, you're going to have people who aren't as passionate about the game going there and complaining about things like the line at the bathroom, not enjoying the game for 4 quarters. That's just the way it is.
That's the one thing that they should be talking about. A bathroom and C deck, which I don't understand how you could do that.
You have to. That's a non-starter. That has to be fixed immediately.
I was in C deck for the Tennessee game. It was the first time I ever been in C deck. I went to the bathroom right at halftime and missed the first drive of the second half.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That is a for real problem.
In C deck, man. I do. I want to go up to C deck.
I've been up there plenty of times to watch a game.
Obviously, I haven't, but I want to.
It's honestly a better view than a lot of the places you can sit because you actually can see the whole play develop. Now you have to know who's on the field. It's a little tough if you're unfamiliar with the roster, but if you know who's on the field and you can kind of recognize guys by their numbers, then it's fine, and you get a better view of things. But yeah, it's not good if there's no bathrooms up there and the concession lines are long. I'm just saying, man, for a family of 4 to go to one of these games, it's so expensive. And then on top of it, long concession lines, long bathroom lines. When you get to the concession stand, that's another $60, $70. If you want to buy your kid a shirt, good news, it's only $45 because it's got Nike's logo on it. At some point, I'm saying there's your problem right there. But instead, we're trying to move the band to a different location and ring the victory bell. And maybe that'll help. I know that there's certain built-ins they can't change, but those are, if you really want the answers, your answers are make it cheaper, get more people in there.
Do you believe the rhetoric that the SEC doesn't have this problem? Like the Bama,
they have this
Death
problem.
Valley and LSU, like their atmosphere is just so much, because that's what I feel like the rhetoric online is.
Go watch.
I've never been to an SEC stadium though.
I haven't been to games. I've been to these stadiums. They have the same. Yeah, but
it gets me every time.
Here's all I'll say. Go to compare the atmosphere to Alabama LSU to Alabama versus the Citadel.
Right.
And tell me if they're the same. If they are, then I'll eat my words. I'm going to guess they're not, because I know Nick Saban has yelled about this to Alabama fans about how they're not as excited about some regular opponent as they are when they play a big-time SEC opponent. And that's just real. Also, put more games at night. Yes, that will feel bigger, but I went to a night game when they played Toledo, and it didn't feel big. It felt like they played Toledo. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality, too. Sometimes the opponent matters. And if you have Texas coming in.
Is OU or Grambling State a night game?
I think one of them might be after 3:30. I can't remember for sure. Either way, that's part of your problem is you don't play Texas every weekend, and you don't play a bunch of night games. And it's not always the juice you had when it was Tennessee in the playoffs.
Grambling
How do you fix that?
Grambling is the second game. It's 3:30 on BTN.
There you go.
And then OU is the night game on Peacock.
We didn't actually get to playing the Ross Bjork sound, but just know he said essentially what you thought he would say, which is we went through a long process and it all was great and it'll be fun. Hopefully it is. I hope he's right and I'm wrong. 2 minutes away, the Huddle is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. Noticing some slowdowns out on the roads, not because of crashes, but just because of more people out there. Grove City, particularly looking at you if you're taking 71, that northbound direction, over by Green Lawn Avenue, looking a little bit slower this morning and could get even slower as more people just head out the door. Good morning to our folks over in Powell and Worthington. A similar situation for you guys. Thankfully, 270 eastbound and westbound is busier, but still looking good with your drive times. The main concern, 23 northbound got you at 34 miles per hour in that area over by Mount Air. Just make sure to take it nice and slow on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Sarah. She loves her motorcycle. What she doesn't love is when it suddenly rains. As she sits underneath a bridge waiting for it to stop, she grows quite fond of the graffiti on the overpass. She really likes the one with John Hart's Claire and wonders if they're still together. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes and see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
My name is Georgios Tsetis. I'm the co-founder of Nutrafol. My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I tried everything and nothing was really working. So we created Nutrafol. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials and have helped millions of men and women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, I don't know if this is real, but we were talking about some of those changes Ohio State's making to the game day traditions, the evolving traditions. Ryan texted or tweeted us. They're going to play this song by Camp called Ohio, and this is supposed to be the big song to get the whole stadium singing together. I hope it works. I'm not a fan personally of the song, but I hope I'm in the
might catch
minority on that.
yourself singing it.
Maybe. Here's what Ryan said. He said, I found out the camp song was written about Athens, Ohio. Going to be weird seeing them perform the song week 3 in full-on Bobcat gear. Hashtag get off my lawn. Is that real? Like, I do think a couple of the members from what I was reading about, they went to OU, but I don't know if that song is about their time at OU, but
I hope that's not the case.
Are we going to make an anthem about Ohio State and it's actually about Athens and OU? That doesn't seem great.
Apparently, from everything that I see, one of the biggest feedbacks is if they want to make Ohio State better, they need to lower the cost of beer.
That'll make it happen
or something.
Well, and like we talked about, they're going to use the victory bell on 3rd down. I need to know, do you mean in place of or to enhance Hell's Bells? Because if you're going to just add that over Hell's Bells, fine. But if you're getting rid of Hell's Bells to play that, not a good thing. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong on that.
I mean, if they want to enhance it, I mean, $5 beer, I'd go $2 lemonade.
Yeah, you're not worried about the beer, Tyvis, but other people are. All right, it's time for the huddle. Let's make it happen.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the huddle.
All right, Dylan, huddle question number 1.
Who will lead the NFL in sacks this season? And according to our friends at Prime Sportsbook, Aiden Hutchinson is the favorite to do that.
He is.
Coming back off his injury. Also, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, and Nick Bosa are all up there. But who do you guys have?
Nicholas John Bosa. No, I'm going with Myles Garrett. I think that they're going to do something this year where they finally got the D tackles to help Myles win his one-on-ones more. Well, not one-on-ones, in some of the double teams and the triple teams that he'll see. And I think that they'll do a good job of moving him around. So I'm going to go with Myles. Myles is a freakish athlete.
You can get that at plus 554, Tyvis. You want to go wager that right now.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Our friends at Prime Sports, we appreciate that. I will go with Myles Garrett, too. Just not to be groupthink here. I guess if I had to pick someone else that I thought would have a big year, it's so tough to know how any of these guys are going to respond. Like Micah Parsons is a guy that I think could respond well if he gets his deal done and gets. But he currently has a trade request in and he hates Jerry Jones. Like I don't know how that situation resolves itself. But I'm saying once he gets on the field, if he plays all 17 games, I think he could absolutely make a run at that.
Micah Parsons wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. Micah Parsons will be a Dallas Cowboy. For example, they said that if he requested this trade and then what's the head coach name? Bo Schottenheimer?
Brian Schottenheimer. Exactly, though.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Brian Schottenheimer told the team, whether you're playing or not, I want you on the sideline in a jersey. He walked right out there with a jersey on, meaning he's still listening to the coaches and all those things. If he was truly like, I'm done with Dallas, he'd be like, I don't care what you want. I ain't even showing up.
That's fair.
It could be one of those things. So he truly wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. This is all antics. This is stuff to get the media talking about them and keeping their name high. The deal will get done.
Question number 2, Dylan.
The over-under for the Browns win total at Prime Sportsbook is 4.5 wins. Are you guys going over or under?
Over. I've been saying over all year. I've been saying 8 and 9. With the whole Quinshawn thing coming out, I moved them to 7 and 10.
I mean, I'll say over, but it's like 5. I mean, not like that's a low number.
7 and 10.
This is a bad team from last year. If they can improve a couple wins, that wouldn't totally surprise me. But does that mean I think they're close to a playoff team? No, not at all. I mean, I'll take 5 wins for the Browns there, and then that wins the bet for me. So yeah, I guess I'll do that. Huddle question number 3.
What quarterback is under the most pressure in the NFL this season?
Oh, Anthony Richardson. That's easy. I mean, this is it. First of all, if he can't even beat out Daniel Jones, he'll be seen as a backup for the rest of his career in my thing. And if he does become the starter, his leash is very short. So he's got to get it done.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. I mean, the pressure thing is interesting because there's so many guys. Like C.J. Stroud has some pressure on him, right?
Does he?
He has this pressure that he was the guy in year 1. Year 2 wasn't as good.
His line is terrible. His line was terrible last year. His line is terrible this year. so far that I've seen. So
right, but I'm saying like, so there's pressure on him, but it's not. It's not like
they about to try to David Carr, my boy.
To your point, they're not probably going to just like get rid of him like they would Anthony Richardson. Another guy who I think has some pressure, and you're hearing now some rumblings that it hasn't been going well in preseason, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
At another team where he's got another shot, and I want to see him perform well. I hope he does, but yeah, man, you got to make it happen in New York, in that market where there will be the media there is intense just like they are anywhere.
It's it for him, too. If you don't get it done, that's it.
So I think you've got to, I would say Justin Fields probably has a case along with your guy Anthony Richardson about who has the most pressure on him.
The name that came to mind for me is Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, I mean, they could move on from him, but
he has a lot. I mean,
it's not like, see, the difference between Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, and Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence will get traded to somebody and he'll be a starter for them.
Yeah.
To where Justin and Anthony Richardson, this is it. Like, y'all will be backups.
Yeah, that's probably
I
true.
say Trevor's because it was like prospect-wise, you got Elway, Manning, Trevor Lawrence. Like, that's
the way people talked about it. That's fair.
Talked about,
That's fair. I think as far as like living up to a legacy that you thought you were going to have, yeah, you're right. He has a lot to lose this year. I don't know if the pressure's the same, but that's a fair point. Question number 4.
All right, let's switch the conversation to coaches. And what head coach do you think is under the most pressure this season?
I don't know, man. If I were a coach that just won 3 games last year, has no quarterback options, and has yet again like an organization that seems like they're desperate to win, I would think there's a lot of pressure on a guy like Kevin Stefanski. But yet the moves they made this offseason was pretty much like, yeah, we'll just line it up and try again next year. And if it doesn't work, oh, well, we'll be in position to maybe draft a quarterback or I don't know what. Can't do much with this Deshaun Watson contract. I don't know where the pressure should be. It should be higher on Kevin Stefanski in my mind, but it's not. It doesn't seem like it is up there in Cleveland.
I got 2 places. One, Brian Daboll with the Giants, even though I know they don't have a lot. I think that they got to find somebody if they have another terrible season to blame it on, and he would probably be the scapegoat. And then I'm going to actually go with a coach that maybe to a lot of people don't think he's under pressure, but I think if they don't make the playoffs this year, they will probably move on from him, and that's Zach Taylor, the Cincinnati Bengals.
I think a lot of Bengals fans would be very happy if that
they'd be
happened.
thrilled.
But I just don't know. I don't know what the expectations are there. And I mean, man, they went a long time with mediocrity at various head coaching positions in Cincinnati. I don't know, man. Like, maybe they would make a move there, but I think it would be the right thing if they did. If they don't make the playoffs this year, they should fire him. However, I would be shocked if the Brown family did that. I would be shocked.
How dare you put a two-time Coach of the Year on the hot seat? What are you thinking?
A great beer. I know. How dare I mention the fact that, like, usually when you have kind of the record that he's had most, but again, he has had no quarterback. That's always the argument. It's like, who's he had playing quarterback other than Baker Mayfield, and he wanted him to go away. So I don't know. Finally, question number 5.
How much preseason football will you guys be watching starting tomorrow through the weekend?
I gotta watch every Browns game.
Well,
which you can catch, right? I think you can catch it on.
Yeah, we're the home of the Browns,
yes,
I believe, right?
So Friday, Tyvis Powell pregame 5 p.m. and postgame.
It won't be on here at 5 p.m.
Just
We've got, no offense, we have better programming at 5 p.m. But
you're right. You're absolutely right. Shout out to Common Man and Timmy.
General audience versus team specific. I'm just being clear. You do a good job on that pregame, but it is just Browns pregame. It's not like the entire gamut of all of sports. That's what we do before that. But then afterwards, then we will hear Browns stuff, I'm sure. So, yeah, I'll watch a little bit, Dylan. I'm probably going to watch that Browns game. I will check in on the Bengals, and I will probably check in on 1 to 2 other preseason games. But I know I'm going to find the ones where I know a lot of starters are playing.
Right.
The teams that say they're going to do that, that's where I'm going to check in.
I wasn't sure if you're one of those people that are just itch for football and will watch any football that's on your television regardless of the quality of it. Because there's a lot of people like that out there.
I itch for steaks. Not steak, the food, but like I need to know there's something on the line.
You meant the food as well.
I do itch for that too. My name is T-Bone. I do understand why that would be the thought. But yeah, I need to know there's something on the line. So that's what I'm looking forward to. All right. When we get back, we will do crosstalk and the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Wednesday morning. Still not noticing any major crashes out there, but boy, we are noticing some slowdowns. And hey, it is pretty typical this time around, especially if you're taking 71 that northbound direction at Green Lawn Avenue. Slow and steady is definitely the theme out there. Want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow. This particular portion, noticing about 48 miles per hour for your travel time here. Just again, want to make sure to pack that patience. Definitely a lot slower for your Wednesday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are $5.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees, Wilson, to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your ball.
This is Bone and Tyvis.
It's been a heck of a morning here. Had a lot of fun. We've talked about a lot of things. We found out about Tyvis's new nickname, Mr. PTO. Now joining us is a man who himself can appreciate a good time of leisure when it appears.
He shouldn't.
Bo Bishop is here. Bo, do you agree that Tyvis is taking far too much time off and he probably needs to be held to account?
I mean, this is a guy who, he's been full-time for a couple months, and we've had, just full weeks off. Just weeks off at a time. How many shows have you done? 6 since this all started? 6 or 7 shows?
You know what? You got your nerve. At least the name of the show is Bishop and Friends. Therefore, you should never miss.
I should never miss.
Bo, I'm trying to get him to understand that paid time off is good.
Yeah.
Challenging sophomore wide receivers who have NFL talent dripping all off of them is bad. Like, let's focus our energy in the right places. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to have some time off.
He's like, as Jimmy Haslam said with the Browns, he's in a transition phase.
That's right.
From like athlete to pundit. And then he'll become aware of those things as now he's fully ensconced in the punditry.
Well, the number one thing that had Tyvis worked up today was smelling salts. Banned.
Bo,
I saw that.
This is, they got to cut this out now. You can't hit the smelling salt before the game.
So I'll be just a newsbreaker for you. I didn't play in the NFL. So I saw how upset Kittle was about this. So this is a regular. How did this just sneak up on everybody? Did you guys look into it this morning? Like, how is this something that just happened?
The FDA apparently last year provided some guidance saying we don't recommend it, and you should all these manufacturers have to have a warning on it, and there's new regulations against that. So the NFL then came out in the offseason, or apparently just now, and said because of that, we're getting rid of it. And I didn't realize it was such a thing. I know, I see guys use them in hockey. You see it a lot of times too. Guys will use it on the bench. Tyvis, you said you use it at every game?
Oh yeah, right before kickoff. That's everybody will pass. They'll pass a bottle around, and everybody, it just gets you alert. I didn't really feel any long-term effects by it.
Well, I've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, and it feels like you could just substitute cocaine and it would have the same effect, right? Can they do that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they want that either. We do have a lot of lines in football, so maybe there's a line judge.
What's one more?
I don't know if he's digital now or not, but yeah. That's part of the underrated part of this. That made me think of the new first down situation we have where they're measuring things digitally. I think that's going to be a change as people, if they didn't watch the Hall of Fame game, as they start watching these preseason games, there's going to be a lot of people wondering about, wait a second, what happens when this goes on? And I don't think we're fully prepared for that yet.
It's funny. I never had a problem with the 3 old guys holding on to the chain with the sticks. The problem I had was the old guy running in from 30 yards away saying, I know exactly where this ball goes. That was really the issue for me. Not so much the 10-yard chain. I trust the 10-yard chain is 10 yards. That part I get. The idea, though, that some line judge going into a massive humanity can say emphatically, no, it's right here. Oh, are you sure? That's the one that I always thought was the red flag.
Yeah.
Bo, when we did our huddle segment, I had mentioned that if the Bengals miss the playoffs, they should fire Zach Taylor. Do you agree? I want to say they just miss it. They just miss it. Would you?
So they fired Anarumo. So they put it on. I just think that I don't think that they're on the level of the Bills and the Ravens in terms of just pressure to win it all right now. But I think they're just below it. It does seem to me. I think you could make that case. I suppose if it falls off a cliff, my hunch is if you're Mike Brown, you just go to Joe Burrow and just say, what do you want to do here?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do? Are you happy with this? Is this where we're at? Is this,
I feel like that may have already happened. In previous times where it's hey, are we still good? Anything you want to do, you just let us know. You have my number. You call anytime you have a concern, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'll ask you, do you think Zach is a bad coach?
I feel like if a lot of coaches had Joe Burrow, they would have at least the record he has. That's what I feel.
So they've got to a Super Bowl. I mean, they had the ball in their hands to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Burrow's missed, 2 of the last 3 years? Most of 2 of the last 3 years with injury or parts of.
I feel like he's a coach that's like league replacement level. I've never been wowed by his in-game adjustments.
I don't know who.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who's truly great out there? Like, you end up hiring these assistants on great staffs, and then you throw them in, and some of it hits, some of it doesn't. Like, I don't know if Ben Johnson's going to crush it with Chicago.
No, that's right.
He's a good offensive mind in Detroit, but like, I don't. Who knows? You never know what's going to. Like, did anybody think Kevin O'Connell would be what Kevin O'Connell's been?
No.
I didn't know.
And I think that's one where you can clearly say, all right, this is a guy who took not that they had bad quarterback play last year, but it was definitely different, right? Like, you don't have Joe Burrow there, and yet they had the record they had. I feel like, Dan Campbell's done a lot with like a great roster, but I don't think anybody could point to that quarterback situation and say, Jared Goff's been way better than I thought he would be. He's not Joe Burrow, right? And so that's where I'm saying, you gave those guys a Joe Burrow. I wonder what they would have done.
The guy who's going to be a good coach whenever he gets his opportunity is Josh McCown.
Yeah, I think most people. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Going back to
Zach, I knew him a little bit when he was when he'd come through with the Browns a little bit, and they speak incredibly highly of him. Yeah, he's got that. That's a very good call.
He's the quarterback coach in Minnesota, so he's under Kevin O'Connell. So
real quick with Zach Taylor though, I feel like situationally he drops the ball a lot. Like, fourth downs they choose to go for, or 2-point conversions they choose to go for instead of kicking extra point. Timeout situations at the end of the game. Like, I feel like he makes decisions that your kids playing Madden wouldn't make. They would just choose to punt or kick the extra point.
Could be. I mean, that could be that. I mean, Brandon Staley did that. He was a lunatic. That's the extreme of it when he was with the Chargers, with kind of the way he does it. I guess what this will come down to is, how will we judge this Bengals season? Like, if they win a playoff game, is that a success in this AFC? Or is it, if they don't make the Super Bowl, that's failure? Because I don't view them that way based on they have so many questions defensively, like just completely neglected it. So to me, it feels like if they win a playoff game, that's a win for them.
Yeah, I get that. But we look forward to hearing more about it as we hear 3 hours of you coming up next. Any big guests you guys have on today?
I mean, I'm there. I don't know what else you need.
That's the only answer, and that's the right answer. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk
soon.
soon.
Will join us, and Nate Davis with the USA Today on the NFL.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, boys.
All right, there you go. That's Bo Bishop. It's buzzer time. Let's
shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
All right. So apparently, set this date in your calendar if you're a fat ass like me. August 18th. We have Oreo and Reese's teaming up for apparently Oreo cookies with Reese's peanut butter filling. Yes. And then Reese's peanut butter cups that will be filled with Oreo pieces. And the top layer of the Reese's cup will actually be the cream from an... Listen.
You got
You had me...
You got to stop.
You had me at hello.
You got to stop.
I'm ready. Take all my money right now. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Steve-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Wednesday. We are still noticing some congested areas for your Wednesday commute this morning, especially for folks over on the west side. 70 eastbound by that 270 intersection, noticing those delays out there. Want to make sure folks are just taking it nice and easy on the roads this morning. A similar situation for folks in Powell and Worthington. Thankfully, 270 eastbound and westbound's pretty good, even 315 southbound. The main concern for me is for folks over on 23, both northbound and southbound, clocking you in at 32 miles per hour there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic. Make it a great day.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa, Next Level Wellness, medical grade IV drips, NAD Plus, and so much more. 4 locations in Columbus. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
When it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Hey guys, Anthony here. You don't have to live with just getting by. Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of lives with personalized care. And now they have some great news to share. They're introducing women's services to all Low T Centers. If your partner is experiencing fatigue, moodiness, or just feeling off, she might benefit from hormone therapy at Low T Center. Help her get back to her best self. And if you still haven't taken the T test, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment.
It's your lucky day because at Speedway, there's a $5,000 winner every single day. All you do is shop with Speedy Rewards. Then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. So you could win $5K today, or the next day, or the next day, or the next... Okay, you get it. New daily cash winners only at Speedway. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/26 USDC 16 plus. For official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-a-day.com/rules.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet and greet people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access